We are alive.
Oh. Hey, Stan.
Hello, Dennis. How are you today?
Pretty good. Just drinking a Great South Bay Blood Orange Pale Ale.
All right. Remember how I said move the mic closer to you? It might be a little too close.
Oh, too close. How's that?
I mean, I could adjust things in post, but right now it's a little...
Yeah, and I'm soaking my feet.
Soaking your feet in what?
In
Baby oil?
apple cider vinegar.
What does that do for them?
Or it's good for your feet.
You know it is, or you heard it is?
I'm pretty sure it is. I've heard it, and I've had people
Of great distinction?
Yeah. Because it's like... Well, the thing is, your feet is actually... I think like your feet is like a big place where you could absorb a lot of shit into your body.
Is this true?
And is this true, or this is true?
Is this true?
I think so.
That's something I said to someone recently. They're like, what do you guys talk about? And I'm like, bro science. Things that we heard that might be true.
Yeah, gossip.
Yeah.
And then,
and I mean,
reflexology, you're driving around and see the aging spots, a foot with if you press here, relieve shit. And
yeah, and that's the thing too. Me and you could talk bro science, and we have reliable sources.
Yeah.
We know doctors, we know high level athletes.
And then I heard apple cider vinegar makes your toenails nice, a little bit nicer.
I've heard apple cider vinegar is good for a lot of things.
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Drinking it, fucking.
What do you got over there? What are you sipping on?
Oh, Great South Bay Brewery. There's an blood orange pale ale.
Oh, I'm going the blood orange pale ale as well.
You think you're a copycat, or?
Nope, this is just what I grabbed, and because it was cold.
Oh.
So, no.
But to cut the nonsense, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the MMA world right now. Well, UFC in particular, right?
No one else is putting on shows right now.
Right.
But what was the craziest thing to Dennis Bermudez?
I mean, I think the craziest thing was that Gilbert had COVID.
Wow, right? Of all the people, Gilbert's the nicest guy in the world. I don't want
do we know where he was when he obtained it?
Bro, I mean, they said first the initial report was that Herbert had it as well. That's been proven to be inaccurate, but I think Greg Jones has it and Ung has it.
Oh, so it's in Florida.
Pedro Munoz has it. So...
Oh. Right. There's that spike in Florida.
Yeah. They just shut everything down in Florida again. All the restaurants, all the bars, all the things that were open in South Florida are now closed again. And I think the numbers are down in New York, or they just slightly went up. They're not peaking. But I'd have to believe that shit's going to happen here soon. Yay or nay?
Yeah.
You'd have to think. We have too many people living on top of each other.
Yeah, but the thing is let's say an old person gets the flu. Are they dead then, too?
What do you mean? You're not dead if you get coronavirus.
I understand that. But, an older person, if they get the flu, if they get the coronavirus, is in some trouble.
Yeah.
But let's say that same older person got the flu. They're fine?
I don't know.
Or are they fine because there's vaccines for the flu? Or
I don't know. The flu vaccine is I forget the exact statistics of it, but the flu vaccine is not very promising. Like, I've heard some flu vaccines are like 30%, 40% effective.
Which, I mean, in all reality, all's the, probably, the CDC or whatever bodying, whatever, just needs to lift up a percentage of something, right?
Yeah, they're a fucking scam, the CDC and the World Health Organization. They're all funded by someone or associated with someone, so it's always, the world's full of corruption. Like the World Health Organization. How legit does that sound?
The World Health Organization?
Yeah, like that sounds like someone you would take your information from, right? They're like, they were the ones that like pretty much helped cause this by like downplaying the reports.
Well, I mean, I think they just didn't know. I don't know, but it's spiking everywhere. I saw. Or it didn't happen here first, so
it is spiking.
It's kind of like,
bro, it is spiking in Texas, California, Arizona, Florida, pretty much everywhere except for New York, Connecticut, and like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, which is fishy to me. So how come a couple weeks ago, months ago, it was insane here, and now it's not spiking here? Like, I feel like they might even be holding the numbers back just to make themselves look better. Because that's something I'd love to, if when Wade comes on, like Cuomo is facing a shitstorm right now because you heard that thing with the old people.
What's that?
Cuomo killed a bunch of grandparents.
So?
He like put people back in nursing homes that had COVID or some shit. And I think the number is almost astronomical. So even if like you Google Cuomo, what are they called? Retirement homes. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we get here. He killed a bunch of people.
And look, here's my thing on, people of power. Like what I just said, they're people.
Yeah, this is the controversy. Cuomo sent over 4,300 recovering COVID patients to New York nursing homes. So it was like, you had COVID. Remember how he gave Trump and the politicians all this shit about how he needed more. And then he got this big fucking ship that they parked on like the coast of the Hudson. And he got all these tents and shit set up in Central Park and all these areas. He didn't put people in them. Or at least he didn't fill them to capacity like he should have. He was sending people back to where they came from. And those people were old people. So they wound up going to the old folks' home, giving it to everyone else in the nursing home, and old people died.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Where are they at with a cure?
I saw this one thing that said like Europe just approved a vaccine of some kind, or Europe just approved, not a vaccine, a treatment. And so even that other thing, the news is so fucked up and they're so one-sided, especially against Trump, that one thing that Trump says, hydrochlora, whatever the thing I'm talking about.
What, drinking it? Like drinking the...
No. That's even a twist of the things too. But hydrochloroquine, I believe it is. And they say that is somewhat effective against the coronavirus, or at least helps in the treatment of the coronavirus. And then people tried to spin it in that Trump said some crazy shit and Trump's overplaying its effectiveness and whatnot. But then like the CDC is putting out conflicting reports. So one week they're saying, yeah, it's not effective. Then the next week they're saying that it's showing in studies that it's effective. So Europe is saying that there's another drug now that is possibly very effective at combating the symptoms of the coronavirus. But you know what it is? Like, see, they call it, like right here, I Google it, Yahoo News, piece of shit fucking, granted they're huge, piece of shit fucking liberal paper. It says hydroxychloroquine, the drug Trump can't quit. And then even that, like, you see just so many different reports. Like right here, you got a new study suggests hydrochloroquine is effective in...
What is it? It's a pill? Is it...
A drug. So it can come in pill form, liquid form, whatever. But we're just getting so much conflicting information right now is the scary part, and that politics are coming into play hard.
I don't get... Like, that's not their thing.
Bro, politics are coming into play hard, and they're almost fucking
politics
up.
are with anything.
Yeah, but
like,
bro, like
gas prices, fucking...
Like you said, Rich said to you,
market.
Politics are in fighting. Politics are every which way. Yeah. But they're in the treatment of this disease or virus or whatever you want to call it. So it's a pretty fucked up time right now. But we're in a fucked up state. So even the other states, right now, all their mayors and governors are getting shit because they opened up too soon. And then, like, Cuomo is just getting a shitstorm because he sent the old people back. We opened up at, like, they're saying they're saying that New York did it right, and that's why our numbers aren't spiking. I kind of call bullshit. I think they're either not reporting the numbers, or this proves that the initial numbers were fucked up. Like, I want to see the flu statistics for this year. Because if the flu statistics are fucking nothing, then they basically labeled every flu death or flu illness as coronavirus.
I was in charge, Stan.
What would you do? Bro.
I ground everybody for a little bit. I say, hey.
Wait a minute.
Essential workers only.
Is Dennis Bermudez running in 2020? Because Kanye West is running.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that too. And I said... I heard that on the you know what else I heard about Kanye West? Is
Dennis Bermudez running in 2020?
I wouldn't want that responsibility.
Wow. Imagine if you were the president, I was vice president.
Wow.
And we had some power, some real power.
A lot of people would die.
Why? I'm not killing people. You're killing people?
I don't know.
You would take out the weak, wouldn't you?
Like what? You can't run like a fucking 15-minute mile?
Like people would come into your office and be like, President Bermudez, these are the new reports. And then when they leave, you turn to like the Surgeon General or the fucking Army Chief, be like, get rid of him. He's fat.
What's that movie? Not Borat. What's the other one? No. Was it? I think it was Borat. It was like...
No. What is that one? When he plays like the general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't Borat. That was...
What movie was it? Like, sir, we got him. He's like, okay, yeah. And the guy walks away and goes...
It was Sacha Baron Cohen, I remember.
Yes.
Let me find that out for you. Let me get a little...
What was that? I might watch that tonight.
Why would you watch? You're a fan?
I think that guy that played Borat is awesome.
That's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. Wasn't he married or doing sex with Carmen Electra?
The dictator?
Yeah, the dictator.
Yeah. And what'd you say? No, he's married to... You've seen Wedding Crashers?
Oh, the redhead.
He's married to the pretty redhead. Yeah.
I remember him being, married to someone fucking pretty hot.
Out of his league. But he's got the mouthpiece, like we've talked about.
Oh, yeah, that probably had something to do with it.
Or he's swinging a hammer.
Yeah.
one of those.
Another topic I want to touch on that news has never really affected me, and it still really doesn't. But for one second, I go like, "What? You're stupid." There's a few professional teams that have to change their names.
Oh yeah, the
Washington Redskins have to change their names. If you're complaining about the Washington Redskins name being the Redskins, you probably don't watch fucking football at all. Like, they're actually not probably. You don't watch football, so why does it bother you at all?
I did see some football people say that the name offends them.
Who?
It was like a girl, one person that I remember, it was like a girl reporter, and she said, a girl football sports reporter, and she said like that she
is 10% Cherokee?
No, just that she's been a fan of the Washington Redskins like her whole life, and she supports the change of the name. But even that, like, so what? With the Cleveland Indians aren't the Cleveland Indians anymore?
I just need someone to help me ration.
Bro, and even that.
Why it fucking matters.
We're in this crazy cancel culture. But even, oh my God, we have so many topics to talk about.
Why do they oh my God, that makes me mad.
Bro, and
like,
even.
I want to be trapped in a room with the person that like, yeah. Like, I don't think the Indians should be their name. Like,
bro.
Why? Why not?
Menace Bermudez 2020. That's all I'm saying. I think you got to.
You know what? Like, my son, he's like, feelings are coming into play. He's 7.
Yes.
But, like, his feelings are, like, legit. But when it happened, I was like, what? You have emotions? What do you mean? Like, this upsets you? But I'll tell you what. If my son was like, yeah, Dad, I don't think that the Washington Redskins should be a team. Like, hey, guess what, son? Go to your room, and you can come out when you change your mind. Because you're being irrational. I didn't raise you to be irrational.
We're doing what we do, and we jump all over. But one thing I did see that was so funny is they tore down a Christopher Columbus statue, and then a bunch of, I guess we're calling them Native Americans, a bunch of Native Americans, like, stood up on the statue where the statue used to be, and they were taking, like, photos as if that's what it should be. But I get it. Christopher Columbus stole some land from the Native Americans.
Listen, what's happened. Why are you breaking shit? Why, like,
bro? Oh my God,
you can't. All right, you know what? So why don't this cancel culture go back in the social studies like literature and like start whiting out things that they don't like? Like,
I saw another thing that, and a bunch of people that them, a couple people that from the fight community, they posted it like fucking idiots. So, anything Donald Trump says or does is wrong to some people. So, like, no matter what he says, there's going to be a news media outlet that reports it. Like, they're going to take the catchphrase and spin it wrong. Right. I watched the whole interview. He did an interview with, I think, Fox News or some news site. And he said, like, I don't think we should tear down a George Washington monument, or I don't think we should tear down an Abraham Lincoln monument. He's like, George Washington founded the country. Granted, there was some racism, whatever, but Abraham Lincoln made the attempt and freed the slaves. You know what I mean? He abolished slavery. Why are we going to tear his statue down? And then he said, we could tear down these statues, but we're still going to have to go back to what's going on. And like, we're going to have to go back to relive, this whole thing. Basically saying, we could tear down the statues, the problem still exists. The racial inequality, the economic inequality, all that shit still exists. People took that and said, Donald Trump just said black people are going back to slavery. Numerous news articles. People were posting it on Facebook. And I was like, dude, like, people just see it. They don't even watch the video. They don't watch the interview. They just retweet it, reshare it, something, and it's complete misinformation. Like, it's funny to say, but Donald Trump's right when he says fake news. It's fake fucking news. Like, you've heard me say this before. I vet things. When I see something or hear something, I gotta Google it. I gotta watch TV. I gotta get a couple of sources of information before I come up with my decision on it. I don't go with my first story.
Off the first thing, right?
I never go off the first thing. People go off the first thing and they just share it and they spread some crazy shit. But like I said, we're jumping all over. Coronavirus spiking. Native Americans are upset. Black Lives Matter. And that's the other thing that pisses me off. I mean, I guess you could say pisses me off.
I feel like it's like the Me Too movement of like different societies. Like,
now here.
I heard like gay people are on uproar for no reason.
Yeah.
I call them that, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
I don't know.
The LBGTQ community, I believe it's called. But even I'm not saying Black Lives Matter pisses me off. I'm saying like the unjustness of it. You know what I mean? Like they're painting every white person as a racist, which isn't the case. And then on top of that, like I support black people, I support everything. But one thing that does bother me or pisses me off is the term African American. Like, how many black people do you know from Africa? Technically they say I'm from Africa. You're from Africa. The first man's body, if they go back
I mean, I can tell you that. I'm anthropology.
Where'd they find the first bones? In Africa, right?
Yeah, they say, man originated in Africa.
Yeah. Man originated in Africa. So we're all African in some sense. You're not an African American if you're 19 years old and you were born in the Bronx. You're a black American. No? Yes?
Yeah. I mean, I say I'm Puerto Rican, but I wasn't born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Is that the same?
I guess that's the same thing, but it's just weird that they say African American. They say like African Americans are disenfranchised, or African Americans are going through this. I think black Americans are going through this. I don't know anything about African Americans. They're in Africa and they're not, or whatever. It's a weird.
Well, I mean, in reality, wouldn't like Usman be an African American? Like his dad's like, I think from Africa, was like a general in.
Usman's Nigerian.
But isn't Nigeria in Africa, or am I totally just, am I being like you with the globe?
Yeah, I think we're going back to me with the globe. I can look it up now that I got a little bit more. I'm
pretty sure Nigeria is in Africa. Oh, this is bad. People watching this probably, these two fucking idiots.
Then that's even funny. My Google is Nigeria. That's like the first search that comes up. Is Nigeria in Africa?
Yes. I would like, if this was for the $1 million question, Dennis, to be a millionaire, I'm pressing, yeah.
And then it depends. If you have Alex Trebek hosting, he might get technical with it. It's in West Africa.
So what? I'm talking about the continent.
It is in West Africa.
I'm talking about the continent.
The continent of Africa, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right.
I think African American associates with anybody from the continent of Africa who, in any time, that now lives in America.
But yeah, I mean, if they want to be called African Americans, that's fine. But I think it's black.
I don't know.
I thought it was black Americans.
I don't know an African American or a black person who, if I was like, hey man, if I call you black, does that offend you? Or like, what do you prefer? Like, I don't think they'd be like, I don't know. Dennis, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. At the same time, I think everyone's a person to me.
Like if someone was like, Dennis, Puerto Rican kid, I'd be like, whoa.
I'm an idiot. I don't see color. Everyone else sees color, I think, a little bit more than me, if you will. I mean,
like, I've been called, like, people have come to like, I've been alive now for 33 years. Like, are you black? No. Are you black and like, American? Like, and white? No. Are you Native American? No. Are you white with a really good tan? No. Are you like Indian? Like, are you like Arabic Indian? No. Are you? And never did I get like offended. Like, what?
And then that's the other thing.
Would you ever think I am something else that, has my complexion?
And let me say real quick, does a black life matter to me? Absolutely. Every life matters to me. But I don't get the movement. Like, in the sense that when you look at where the dollars go, I get black people standing up for injustice and things like that, but the Black Lives Matter movement and that whole thing, I think the money that gets, I think people are basically using it as like a cause to siphon in funds.
Yeah. I know, it's a really weird.
And I don't know if the funds are actually going in any which direction that can actually help overcome whatever, the racial inequality or economic inequality. I feel like, and a lot of the things I've seen, is the money that comes in for Black Lives Matter, like people donate to Black Lives Matter, it goes towards Democratic candidates. And then I Googled this and I vetted it as best I could. The only people that denied it were those Democratic candidates and like Democratic news sources. So if you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, are you going to be like, yep, I fucked up? You're probably going to deny it, especially if it's going to cost you votes.
Right.
And if it's going to be like a whole shitstorm of fucking information and shit like that. I don't know. Crazy shit. Crazy shit going on.
Like I was saying before.
I'm for people. I am for people. That's who I'm for. White, black, Spanish, Protestant, Anglo-Saxon, Nigerian, Puerto Ricans.
Ready for this? I'm for good people.
Ooh.
So listen, if you're a douchebag, you're bad for the community, like, and you die, and I don't care what color you are, you know, like, right? Am I wrong here?
Not at all. I think a piece of shit's a piece of shit.
I don't care if you're fucking green, but if you come up with a vaccine for fucking COVID, you're awesome.
Yeah.
But if you're fucking
and even that,
and you're going to people's houses and stealing TVs, or you're fucking blood orange and you're killing people, like, you suck. Your life, to me personally,
doesn't matter.
No, even if I know you.
I know
do that shit.
I know as many shitty white people as I know shitty black people.
What, Puerto Ricans? They're pretty good or what?
Yeah, I know a few shitty Puerto Ricans, but I know a couple of good Puerto Ricans. I know a couple of good Latinos, and I fuck with them hard, you know.
Yeah.
But the shitty ones, I try to keep at a distance, if you will.
Like, would it be crazy if I started moving like?
Well, that's like my next meme, or when I promote this episode, it's going to be Bermuda's 2020, and it's going to be your head on, like, Richard Nixon or Ross.
No, I could definitely get wild in here, but someone will tear it down, right? Like, right.
Some of the things we said could get torn down already, but we'll defend it with just where we come from.
Hang on, I want to hear a rebuttal to what I just said.
You want to hear what? A rebuttal?
A rebuttal.
To what?
Like what I just said. Like, if you're a bad person. Like, for example, let's say you steal TVs and you kill people, but you're an awesome dad. First off, the correlation between that is probably, like, not real.
No, it could be real, 100%. But that's almost like playing semantics or whatever that term would be in that situation. But there's probably millions of people, billion people out there like that. That
kill people, steal stuff,
commit crimes,
are bad in the community, but are a good parent?
Yeah. Because that's a whole conversation, though, too. What defines a good parent? Providing financially for your kid, or going out and playing catch with your kid. Because if you're
I think both. I think a little bit of both.
If you're going to work every day and you're providing for your kid, or you're going out stealing and sticking people up and robbing houses, but you're bringing the money home to your kid, you know, so that's like a slippery. Well,
that would be my devil's advocate to that.
Yeah.
But if you don't have kids, or you have kids and you're a fucking shitty dad and a shitty husband, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's a shitty husband, though? I saw this
wife and shit.
I saw this one meme, and I thought I sent it to you. but it said like you could cheat on your wife one time every month, and that's 12 out of 365. That's like a 97%. That's an A+. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
If one day a month you go out and you dick down some randoms. February might make it a little sketchy though, because February's got that 28 days.
Yeah.
So that might fuck with the statistic a little bit, but yeah. And being a good dad, what is, that's all in the eye of the beholder, and the beholder's a kid. Like, you're a dad. If you go to work every day, live your life right, come home, buy your kid the PS5. I go out, I steal a PS5, I bring it home for my kid. We're both fucking heroes.
Yeah.
Granted, if the kid found out, how he got his PS5, then that might be where it comes into being a bad dad. But then at the same time, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
Yeah, but are you a good parent if you buy your kids all these things and then just let them
Be zombies on their devices? I would say no.
That's today's world, I think. Like, I think I've seen you. You're very good with the devices. Your kids don't even really play with devices.
I mean, I let them rock and roll while they're with me for an hour or two, maybe, max.
They don't really bury their head in tablets.
It'd be like a rain day. I'm like, all right, let's get in some games today.
Yeah, but they'll play video games. They don't bury their head in a phone or a tablet too much, do they?
Right. No.
Kids today, it's like...
No, we're engaging with things.
Yeah, kids today, it's like give them the tablet and they'll shut
I get pissed off sometimes. I'll go pick them up and they're watching YouTube and nobody's around them. I'm like, what the fuck?
This is funny because this is like what I said to Chael that time. We try to get little clips, but we just jump all over the place. So that was just the conversation when we talked about coronavirus, parenting, stealing, bad people, good people, black people, white people, Black Lives Matter, gay LGBTQ lives mattering. We went all over the place right there. But everyone matters. That's where I'll leave it at.
Stan, can I just grab myself another Great South Bay real quick? I got a fridge down here.
Yeah, I think you should. I think that... Should you bring out what? I mean, I would grab at least one or two, because we're probably about to get deep into our next conversation. But I am currently enjoying the Blood Orange Pale Ale. If you guys are in Long Island or the New York area and you guys want a great tasting beer, you want to hang out at an awesome brewery that's about to open up to, I believe, maybe 50% capacity inside. They also have an outdoor area, but Great South Bay Brewery.
I have so many questions.
About?
Should I see if Rich Schaffer's available?
If Rick Schaffer's available right now?
Oh, Rich Schaffer, sorry.
Yeah, what kind of questions do you have?
Just, hey, like, what's the science behind how much capacity and, like,
Yeah, it's so weird.
Because I feel like he shoots it straight with me.
He does, but would he come on Menace and the Man and shoot it straight? Or are you going to call him and be like, you're not on the show right now. It's just me. It's just two guys shooting the shit.
No, we couldn't do that.
Nah. Actually, he would. He's very good at even that's the thing. You're not going to meet many honest or straightforward politicians. I think Rich is one of the few. You agree?
What's that?
Not many politicians are going to be honest or give you the straight answer. Rich is will give you the straight answer for the most part. But yes, politics is a very slippery game. But where we started, even that, we went fucking crazy there. We started with Kamaru Usman Masvidal. And somehow we wound up 30 minutes in, just rambling about a bunch of shit.
Oh, I hate my life.
Why do you hate your life?
We just get all wild.
Tomorrow is going to be headlines. Dennis Bermuda is running for president. And then by Wednesday, someone's going to listen to the whole first 30 minutes of the episode, and it's going to be Dennis Bermudez, Menace and the Man Show canceled.
Or tomorrow I get called in the office. I'm like, hey, Dennis, I want to speak to you in the office. What's up?
Yeah, so your little show, we gotta let you go.
This little podcast business that you're up to. You know what happened, Dennis?
Rich Schaffer said he'd come on in 15 minutes.
Mr. Bermudez, I stumbled on something called Menace Tube.
Oh, gosh.
So I just want you to think about that while we wait 10 minutes for the supervisors to come in.
Yeah. Oh.
And now I moved on to one of your favorites, the Blonde Ale.
Oh, big. My lady and all of her family loves that one.
Everyone loves this one. This is like their go-to, if you will. Remember when we had Dennis Bermudez Day and we had the after party, if you will, the next day, like the recovery at Great South Bay? It wound up, this was what we drank.
Oh, I feel like that's their, probably their go-to beer.
Yes.
Where their Jetty is kind of like their Coors Light or Bud Light beer. Where if you like those two beers, you're kind of like the Jetty Ale.
Yeah, what I wanted to do it today, but he wasn't there when I stopped in, is I want to go and have a drink or two with Craig. And start getting the wheels in motion for that Menace Bermudez massive IPA.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one who's going to make it. You know what I mean?
The Menace Bermudez Belgian.
I feel like, because remember when we talked to him, we had him on the podcast, he's the one who's going to be mixing it up in a bathtub, or he's the scientist over there, so... You know what I mean. He used to mix it up in the bathtub.
Yeah, back in the day.
But
wild.
So now we'll go back to this. Craziness. Gilbert Burns winds up with Corona. That fight's off.
The chances couldn't be worse. That's kind of like having a lottery ticket. Or no, that's like having all the winning numbers and the last one not hitting. You're like, what? What do you mean? Like, I've done everything to get to this point, and now...
Or that, too. That's having a lottery ticket, putting it in your pocket, going to cash it in. You get to 7-Eleven or the gas station, and you go, fuck.
Expired. Hey, expired.
It's not in your pocket anymore. You're like, what the fuck? The Cuban guy pulled it out. The Cuban guy picked it up when you dropped it coming out of the car. Yeah.
Like, everything he's ever done in his whole life has led up to a title shot.
And here's the thing. He probably would have done it. I didn't want to ask him. I saw he just did, like an hour ago, something was uploaded on ESPN. Gilbert Burns did an interview with, I think, Brett Okamoto. I didn't want to ask him to come on the show because I wanted to give him that air to breathe. You know what I mean? But when it all first happened, I shot Gilbert a message and I was like, is this true? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry about that, brother. Like, don't worry, your time will come. And he sent me the tear emoji and the broken heart. And I was like, yeah. I was like, Gilbert.
Do you think he started crying?
Probably. Or at least, I don't know about, definitely got the watery eye. I don't think he he definitely got the...
Like, when sometimes people win the title, they start crying. I'm like, yeah. I don't know.
You might. You cry like tears of joy, I think, almost.
Yeah. I don't know.
You couldn't see yourself of crying if you won?
Just in my head, it was just like, no, this is what I expected, so...
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he cried... He could have. I mean, it definitely was an emotional thing, especially with...
Yeah, I mean, hang on. Not his best day, for sure.
Bro, and even...
I'd be pissed. Like, fucking don't talk to me for a day or two, or I don't know.
For him as a parent. and a husband. He probably thought immediately I would have. I mean, I can imagine that's what goes through your head. My kids, my kids and my wife. I don't want to get them sick. I don't want to. Yeah. And then even the flip side of that coin, I was about to win the title for my wife and my kids. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So I had this. So when you sent me, hey, Burns is out. I don't know. I'm working. I'm driving. Whatever. I'm just like, when your brain wanders, you start thinking about something like, what if? And this kind of ties into our other shit. A politician was like, hey, this UFC thing is making it like, like this, that everything can go back to normal.
Bro.
Say these random people have it.
I saw some people are talking about that right now on message boards. Like that Gilbert didn't really have it, but I think he really had it. And then here's the craziest thing. It's now...
There's a few Brazilian guys on the card.
It touched the acting community, if you will, or Hollywood. Like I know Idris Elba, you know that dude?
Yes.
Idris Elba had it. A few, Tom Hanks had it. Like it's touched the acting community. It didn't really hit the MMA community. The first one that we knew about was Lyman Good. He got pulled from a fight. Then the first one that I remember getting tested and pulled from a fight was Jacare. Was going to fight Uriah Hall. Right. Now, and then you see Brendan Schaub tested positive for corona.
Really?
Brian Callen, his co-host, tested positive for corona. And now, when they broke down the logistics of it, they think they both got it when they went to San Antonio. Because they did a test, they were negative. They went to San Antonio, they did a test, they were positive. And apparently the incubation period, they're saying it was, originally they were saying it was 14 days. Now they're saying it's 2 to 3 days is like the real, if you're testing yourself regularly, you're going to come up with the antibodies or the conclusive results or the showing up on a test in 2 to 3 days. They said this.
Now, if you have the antibodies, you can't fight?
No. I don't know. That's weird. I think you can. I don't know. Lyman Good had to have had the antibodies, right? And he just fought.
Oh, right. Because he got pulled off and then fought.
Wow. I don't get... I'd have to do some research or ask some questions on that one. But so, Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen get it. Jacare had it. Then they go Fight Island. Oh yeah, we're going to go Fight Island. And then Fight Island happens, and they step up the testing. They're like, yo, we're going to test you, then you're going to quarantine for 2 days, then we're going to test you, and they're going to they stepped it up a little bit. Pedro Munoz, co-main event, fighting Frank Yeager, boom, he tests positive. Gilbert.
So did he show up? Nothing. And then during his little quarantine, he popped?
I'm not sure, the Pedro Munoz aspect.
I would like to know when and where it hit.
Yeah, I could probably ask Pedro. Pedro's he's another one of those guys that's super into what we're doing here. He's a fan.
We're over here fucking murdering the game.
Yeah, I talked to him and he was like, I am going to come on after my fight. And I was like, let's do it. And now
you could text him your fight with COVID or
which fight were you talking about? Because you already
I thought you were talking about the Frankie Edgar fight, but
and now they're saying
hopefully he doesn't die now because I'd feel really bad about that joke.
No, God forbid. He's a badass. He's Brazilian. He'll fuck that virus up. And that's the thing too. They're trying to say in the media that young people are dying from it, and maybe they are, but then I've seen a lot of reports where it's 26-year-old dies. It's sad. And then they show the 26-year-old and they're fucking obese. They have early onset diabetes and shit like that. I don't think Lyman Good is not dying from coronavirus.
Yeah, he's fighting a month later.
Yeah, Pedro Munoz, Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was I have coronavirus. The only thing I'm experiencing is a headache.
Which I'm like, man, do I?
Bro, I remember, yeah, I'll even tell you candidly, the first night that I hung out with you after Danielle's mom had it, I came home and I was convinced. I was like, I got the coronavirus. And I started panicking myself and being like, take a deep breath. Oh, you can't even take a deep breath. You definitely got it.
Yeah. Like we said before, my lady's mom had the coronavirus, and my lady was like quarantining herself in the house with her mom. Her mom took a test, again positive. Like, even though she was like over like the flu aspect of it, like the sickness part, you know. Took another test, positive. Danielle took a test with her. Danielle was still negative. So, and then her mom took another test, positive. It's like, what? What the fuck?
Well, that's the thing, too.
It's like a dead virus or something like that?
Remember initially, they were like, if you cough or sneeze in the supermarket, it's going to go 15 feet and get the next 3 aisles or some dumb shit. Then they came out a couple weeks ago and they were like, maybe we were wrong. It's not as contagious as we thought. They call it the RO, which is like the amount of the so if it gets one person sick or 3, like the flu gets like 2 or 3 people sick, they said this thing gets like 5 people sick. Like they were saying that it was like more contagious than the flu.
Remember we had on Dr. Andy Galpin, and he was saying like, no, let's say the flu gets 15 people sick, COVID gets 5,000 people sick.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder, I mean, we should get him back on and see where he's at with everything.
Oh, Dr. Andy Galpin?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got your boy Chris Wade up in the waiting room.
Oh, send him in.
I accepted him. There you go.
Yeah. Christopher. Chris. Oh, no audio.
We'll give him a minute. It's always got to connect.
Oh, he's got the thinking emoji going on in the screen. He's got to unmute the mic. Chris? Oh, now he's got the coughing emoji. Is that an emoji? Is there a coughing emoji?
I'm not sure.
Hello? Oh, there it is.
Got me?
Yep.
Yeah, it said Zoom encountered a problem and you have to enter your MacBook's password to reset the audio.
Which is wild.
I was trying to type in while you were...
Chris, we're just talking about a whole bunch of shit that I want your input on.
Oh, yeah.
One, let's go sports real quick, because Chris Wade is the biggest sports fanatic I've ever met, but he's like top 3.
Out of other athletes, probably, right?
Yeah.
There's people in general, actually.
Big time sports guy.
So the Washington Redskins.
Out of other athletes.
The Washington Redskins have to change their name.
Right.
What? And I said this day, I said, whoever's complaining about that doesn't even watch football. So why the fuck does it matter?
Because this is what people do in life. They have nothing to do except complain about stuff that bothers them. It really offends them, and it has nothing to do with them. This is what society is now.
Now with that, you know how like you could be looking in a dark room, right? Mm-hmm. And if you stare at one spot, you can convince yourself that there's like that darker spot in the darkness is something. Right. You could. So if you're like Redskins, the Redskins, the fucking like you can like that's probably what happened, right? I don't.
No, it's not. Normal people don't do that.
I know that. So why do we address it? Insane people.
Same people that want everything closed still, that want to yell at you if you come close to them without your mask on. It's the same people that need to all get on a boat and sail away and never come back. That's who it is. But listen, like I'm not saying it's really, really bad that we basically destroyed and like demolished a people that were here already. And then we were like, yeah, we'll name our sports teams after you after the fact. Like,
in my head, like the Redskins, they're fucking awesome. Like they crush people. They
the football team, the Redskins. Yeah. Yes.
No, first of all, the Redskins suck. Hey, Redskins suck. Okay, as a team,
you're the reason why they're getting the name. Didn't they win a Super Bowl not too long ago?
I'm not the reason. The owner just said like a year ago, we're never changing the name. And now this happened, all these protests and stuff. And now everybody wants to be politically correct right now at this point in time. They want to look good. So that's why they're all doing this. And it's for the wrong reasons right now. It's to try to make people happy in the moment. But there's real problems. Why don't you go and give those people back some real land that they can actually like live on instead of these like Indian reses around here that it looks just more like a bad neighborhood,
Well, our taxes will probably go up, so easy with that, Chris. That was a joke. That was a bad joke.
They're stealing plenty of money. They could divvy it up different ways.
Anyways, but hang on, there's a few other teams that are changing their names, right?
Yeah, the Cleveland Indians. Anybody that's associated with like a native, I'm sure like the Chicago Blackhawks might have to think about it. Anyone that has like a Native American connotation. I don't know what the colleges are doing because they're more powerful than some of the sports teams. How about the Florida State Seminoles or the, like, they're making big money and they're using that name. Are they going to have to give that up? I don't know.
Let's say I was Native American. I would take pride in like, hey, I'm Indian. Like, they're killing it. That's my team.
Yeah, but I guess the idea is that like we basically like mass murdered them and took all their land. So they don't want to be associated with like Western civilization like that.
So you weren't on before. I was telling Stan, like, why don't these same people go into social study books and start whiting out things that happen? Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want people like, what do you mean?
I know it happened. I get it. But I think people now, if you poll like the country, like people have a lot of affection toward that the Native Americans and what they stood for and how they lived, and they like are generally like it's not our generation that did what they did to them, but
Menace, you sent this invite to Rich already?
Yeah,
he's in our waiting room.
All right. Well, hang on. So, Chris, we have a few questions for Rich Schaffer on like, hey, like when are gyms gonna open up? Like, what's the deal with capacity for restaurants? I don't get it. Fill us in.
Okay.
Easy, Tiger.
Easy. Well, easy. I don't want to.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Wade's about to be like, you tell your fucking boy Kumo, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Right, exactly. That guy needs to be taken.
All right, let him in, Buzz.
That guy needs a beating.
Good evening.
What's up, Rich?
Rich.
What backdrop you got there?
This is the new norm.
Oh, wow.
If you follow Cheers, right?
Norm. I like that.
Norm, this is the
there
new
we
norm.
go. That's the new norm.
Is this the right show for that? The new norm? No.
Yeah. Rich.
What's Mr. Wade think of that? No.
Rich.
Oh, you know
we got Menace and the Man face mask. We'll get you one.
Which one? Menace and
the Man face mask. Chris, we got one for you too.
I would like that.
Okay, I'm running out of face masks, so I could use one.
Whoa!
Whoa! Look at that.
How's that?
He's over here flexing on us.
Is that high school, college?
That's high school.
Senior?
Class of 1981. North Babylon, yes. So how we looking? Good?
Yeah, you look awesome. We're live. We're already live, but like, so the reason why I was like, man, we gotta get Rich on here because Stan was talking about how some other states that were opening up earlier are now shutting back down. Where are we at?
So we're actually, and even though people want to kill us at this point, yes, other states that opened up much quicker than we did, instead of in a phased-in approach, are now experiencing rapid increases. And because I think a lot of people aren't using common sense. So the main mantra we said here in New York was just use your head, use common sense. Don't run out and have a party on the beach with 300 people hugging each other. That's moronic. That's stupid.
Well, it's happening here now. You saw the 4th of July, right?
And again, that's moronic. Yes, and I'm referencing what went on over the weekend with 4th of July. Again, we've opened our beaches. We've opened our marinas. We have a lot of lifeguards who work at our pools we're not going to open our pools this year. We're going to announce that tomorrow. We just don't safely. So you guys got the preview. We're not going to open our pools and spray parks because we just can't keep them disinfected as rapidly as we have to, even though if you're in the pool, you're okay, but we can only allow 1/8 of the number of people into the pool, which I'll give you an example. Phelps Lane Pool is a big pool complex in North Babylon. Normally we can have 850 people in there. Under the guidance, we can only have 112. So it doesn't make sense for us to open it, have to put all the effort into it. So we've opened the beaches. We've in fact spread out the beaches. So you've got a much larger area at Overlook, Cedar, and Gilgo. We put more lifeguards on down there. And so we've got a great opportunity. But idiots who go out and do what they did over on Fire Island over the weekend or even out in Montauk, again, that's what ruins it for everybody. We've all gone through 4 or 5 months of complete torture and hell, having to be social distance and stay at home and not interact. And then you don't want to be the idiot who ruins it for everybody. So back to the other states went and said, okay, we're shutting down in the very beginning. They did a couple of weeks and then they just started reopening everything, en masse. What?
Like full bore.
Full bore, like just boom. It was almost like an explosion, and that's what ended up happening here. Now, so I would say I'm also critical of, because I think in some cases we're too slow in reopening, meaning that we've got a lot of small, and in particular, I'm going to talk about small businesses. We've got a lot of small businesses that I believe could have been opened much earlier. For example, we had a lot of controversy, Babylon Village, Lindenhurst Village, a lot of places like where you would only have 1 or 2 people going to the store, a jewelry store, a knick-knack store, drapery.
Aren't considered essential.
They're not considered essential, but they weren't allowed to open even though those owners could demonstrate how they would be able to provide their service without a lot of interference from the government. So I think that New York has done its best it could, but I think too controlling hurt some of the reopening, and we could have gotten more people reopened a lot quicker. Now, something that's near and dear to my heart and near and dear to all of your hearts is gyms. And I believe that this could be reopened. Tomorrow, it should be reopened. Tomorrow's going to start phase 4 here in New York, July 8th. And in phase 4, you've got a lot of activities that are considered to be the more moderate, risky activities. For example, I got a karate school in West Babylon. Guy's mapped out a beautiful layout for how he's going to do all of his lessons. It's not going to involve, the one-on-one contact, but it's going to involve all the other things that go into the karate lessons, just like what would be all the other things that go into the jiu-jitsu lessons. It's not necessarily just rolling around all the time, but you can teach the techniques and things that go into it. You can do the strength and conditioning aspects of that. All of that can be done. So that's why I believe the gym should be reopened.
Like for example, like LA Fitness, I get it, but Long Island Strength and Performance, you could definitely be in there and keep 6 feet from each other and lift for sure.
Yes. And I think those are the types of, so we're pushing right now. We have a state senator, her name is Monica Martinez. So she's put together a package to get the governor to sign off on letting these smaller, large brand gyms reopen. Because we believe that a lot of them have to do with lessons, individual lessons, as well as small groups that could be done either inside the gym with proper disinfecting and, keeping everything clean, plus a combination of outside activities as well, outside the gym.
Right. And then I've been seeing like small little gyms in like a plaza or something like that, like doing classes.
Yeah.
Would an MMA gym considered a class?
So you can do outside up to now 50 people. So you can have
holy shit. Hang on. Chris, how many times have we talked to Greg about, like, dude, if we had a pavilion with jiu-jitsu mats and rolling outside, that would be dope.
But that's not what they mean. They mean like
you can do outside, right? So if you're going to do lessons, you can do outside lessons,
like one-on-one private jiu-jitsu lessons,
right?
You can just go outside and roll, like, because we're outside now,
right? And so that's again, it's why we believe that you can't be too controlling. You got to have people use their common sense and let them do. Again, we have a lot of contact going on because we've got employees who work at marinas, who work at beaches, who are interacting with people, and we're telling them to be careful, but we're also making sure that they're getting tested regularly so that if they have contact with someone or they themselves bring in COVID, we can contain it as quickly as possible. We've had probably 25 different employees who've caught it. A couple of them ended up at Stony Brook in the hospital, serious, but are recovered. Nobody passed away who works for the town. But we believe there's ways to do a lot of what's still not being done with just common sense. And you can't control everybody's waking moment. And after we started opening up, if you look at the numbers over the last couple of weeks, and we're going into phase 4, we're still at a 1% infection rate, which means that everything is working well according to what it's supposed to be. People are paying attention. You have the nitwits. You're always going to have the nitwits. But for the most part, the good majority of people are doing what they're supposed to do.
So, Rich, you follow a little bit of fighting, correct?
I'm more of a Dennis fan.
Okay.
But really, Wade is my guy. So
right, Wade's your guy. But no. So UFC 2. What's it? 51 now?
51.
2 guys tested positive for COVID. Stan, are both of those guys from Florida? Like train in Florida and live in Florida?
Bro, I just got an update on my phone. Mike Brown just tested positive for Corona.
Mike Brown. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it just said that he can't corner. He was supposed to head to Abu Dhabi to corner Masvidal. And now he can't go because he has Corona. He's the head coach.
Oh, Mike Brown. Shit, sorry. I was thinking of
Matt Brown.
Yes.
No,
okay, Mike Brown. Damn. So where are they testing before they fly? Or they get there and then they get tested on the plane?
At like a hotel, and then when they pass everything, they're letting them fly out.
I think they're testing people. So for Mike Brown, they're testing him in Florida. Then he's flying to Vegas. They're testing him again. Then they quarantine him for 2 days or a day and a half, and then they fly him to Abu Dhabi if he passes.
So, I mean, the UFC is really, really...
Well, listen, they're doing it the right way. Look, I mean, again, there's a way to do this. And again, the UFC is obviously spending a lot of time, effort, intelligence, and money on making sure, because again, you don't want to one, you don't want to affect your other fighters or other people who are involved in the whole operation. But there's a way to do it, and that's why I say you can't control everything. You got to let people use their common sense, and that to me sounds like I just got the wrestling protocols coming out about wrestling because we do kid wrestling programs in the town. We're trying to determine what programs we can let reopen. And we just got wrestling protocols that have a very well thought out, intelligent way of letting kids continue to do the training necessary for wrestling.
Do you have information that's not getting released on the news, like in terms of like when you get the COVID, how much longer the tests? Like, let's say like you have it, I hang out with you, I got it hanging out with you. How many days later will I actually test positive for it?
You could test positive up to 14 days later. You could never.
Right, but Stan was saying earlier, they're saying it's like 2 to 3 days if you're checking yourself every day and.
Yep. If you're checking yourself every day, but just for example, our parks commissioner, he asked me this morning. He said, "Look, I'm getting tested every 2 weeks. Do you think I should get tested more often?" And he spent all of 4th of July over at the beaches with our bay constables. And I said, "Look, maybe you might want to do it every week, but if so far so good, you've been working, it's been working out well, then stick with the 2 weeks." I mean, some people, I don't know, a young woman who works for us, she just got tested. She tested positive. She hasn't exhibited any symptoms. She's about 30. She said she had a minor cough, which is what caused her to believe maybe, she was just overthinking. She got tested and she tested positive for it.
Can you only give it if you have like symptoms,
No, she could be giving it to anybody. That's why she now has got a quarantine for 14 days.
But after 14 days, you could still have it.
Yeah, but we had a kid, in fact, a kid that Chris knows. I'm not going to name his name.
Oh, I know him.
Who works who tested positive twice.
Yeah.
And
can't that just mean that there's something wrong with those tests?
Well, by the way, yes.
How you testing positive 2 times separately?
Tested positive once in late March, and then once again, still was sick and tested positive, but he was affected seriously by lost 30 pounds. He had all sorts of issues. Yeah. I mean, it was weird. And again, because it's so new, they don't have everything down exact as to how people are affected by this. But to Chris's point, yeah, the tests are not 100% accurate.
I heard they're like 50%.
Yeah, that's what the discussion.
It's just not acceptable to me to be making calls on like who can do what. Like Mike Brown might not have COVID. There's a 50-50 chance. Like flip a coin, and maybe you have it, maybe you don't. Like how are you? I'm just my mind is.
But here's the other boggling, Chris. So I have a guy who died in April. Guy was 49 years old. He was the vice president of the Copeg School Board. He and I were at a meeting a week before. He started saying he has a cold, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, his wife's calling me because he's in ICU at Good Sam. Rich, they think he has COVID. He tested positive. He wants to talk. I mean, I was friendly with him. He was a leader in the community and ends up not coming out of ICU, dies about a week later. And it's just like baffling that guy.
Yeah, but that same guy didn't go to Long Island Strength and Performance and work out.
Well, that's what I said. He didn't keep in, running.
I just, from what I see, it appears to be affecting people who, either have pre-existing ailments
compromised immunity
or didn't take care of themselves, and they live on McDonald's or something else, and now I'm to a point where it's like, you got the world closed to protect people who never did a thing to protect themselves, and now you have the people who can fight it off and are strong enough to like keep this country going, and we can't because there's a lot of we're the most obese country in the world.
Right. And that's the frustration that everybody has, which is why.
Hang on, Chris.
Obesity makes you like 6 times more likely to wind up in ICU from this thing.
Chris, those same fat people that don't take care of themselves, they got feelings. Like they don't like that the Redskins.
Yeah.
The Washington Redskins.
Yeah, and they're making 3 times the amount they make a week on unemployment. So they don't care how long the world stays shut for. So that's a whole different.
So
Rich,
the way that every other state right now is spiking,
right?
Is New York anticipating a spike?
I would say later this year. Just because
I heard October.
Yeah, just because I think we're all feeling very good that there hasn't been a spike with the phased reopening. The fact that we haven't seen a dramatic increase and it's been steady, we're all kind of not surprised, but kind of relieved. And on the flip side is going into the fall, that's when you're going to get all the other viruses running around. So we believe that there'll be a spike later on.
So like Texas, Miami, I think California, they all kind of pulled everything back and they closed everything down. Is that New York's plan as well? Once we get a little bit, if the numbers start going north, are we closing everything back down?
I would say I don't believe you're going to be able to close everything back down. I think that the combination of the frustration that Chris talks about, plus the fact that we've learned ways and we've argued behind the scenes. I'm not going to have the arguments that I've had with the state officials on this show.
Call some people out, Rich. Get into it.
But you want to get me fired, Dennis? Come on. But
I'll do it.
But I see. I said, where are you, by the way? Are you in Oakdale there? Is that Oakdale?
What's that?
Are you in Oakdale? Is that you're in your house in Oakdale?
Yeah, I'm in quarantine.
There you go. You had too much fun over the weekend?
Did I have too much?
Too much?
I'm still here.
You're still here. Excellent. But
Chris had a protest at his house with like 15 people. He was checking everyone's temperatures at the door. If you coughed, you were out.
Out.
Yeah.
You let it. What was this? You and your brothers, or?
Yeah, family
friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but to Stan's point, I think what'll happen is we learned a lot of that. You don't have to close down, as was closed down, and we did push back on a lot of situations that allowed us to say you don't have to close down as dramatic as they would. So I don't envision it being like it was in March and April, and I think it'll be a lot more manageable.
So like a casino or some places are opening and they have like retinal or what's the word? Like the scans of your body temperature, or you can walk in the door and take your temperature. Why can't that be the type of plan that's in place for a gym opening?
So that
we can't afford that.
Infrared?
No, I'm saying everyone that comes into Long Island MMA in iSlip,
who's buying that equipment for us?
A thermometer.
We already been out of business for 5 months.
So good news, Chris. Although your gym is in iSlip, but in Babylon, we're giving out up to $10,000 in grant money to any business that has to purchase anything related to COVID, meaning masks, sanitizer, thermometers. So, for example, your buddy Rob Labiento, who just texted me and asked me, "Rich, bike sprints?" ? So I'm going to tell him.
Text him back. I'm
going to tell him on the Dennis show.
OFF.
There you go. So for example, he's submitting right now because he wants to reopen also, and I let Greg and Ryan know this too. So through our industrial development agency, we came up with a program that's going to give up to $10,000 per business for any additional measures they have to take, any equipment they have to buy, any supplies they have to buy that go toward helping them reopen to comply with COVID guidelines, and it's working out real well. We've helped a lot of small businesses in the downtown area, so they're submitting their invoices of the equipment that they've purchased or the supplies that they bought, and they can get, like I said, up to $10,000 in grant money. They don't have to pay it back. It's designed almost to like kickstart them to get them going, and that's what our industrial development agency is doing. I don't know if Islip is doing that, so I don't know how the
It'll probably spread throughout the island. No.
No, he's doing that in his. Rich is man of the people. Like he.
No, I know that, but
he understands like how badly small they're getting crushed right now. They killed everybody.
Yep,
they killed everybody.
We're trying to just help them get going again and get them recovered, and so that's why we took this pot of money that we had through the IDA. We would normally have been using it for other things,
like the parks, like the spray parks, or
that we can't use it toward. Right. So we're reallocating it to make
That's amazing.
For this. So
I wish they would do something like that over here, but the problem with me is that we're also stuck inside of a corporate gym, which is Gold's Gym. So I can't really open until they allow them to open their doors. I can't get through because I'm within their building.
Right.
So it's like I'm just at his mercy until he lets up. You know,
hear me out.
Not Rich, but I'm at the mercy. I just don't.
I know a guy.
I just don't understand like the mentality of how we think that we can hide from a virus if we just stay inside for long enough. Like it's just Mother Nature, and when have we ever been able to hide from anything? I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when to everybody. And the whole flatten the curve thing happened. Everybody shut it all down, like what Rich alluded to about March and April. But, you know, I watched Home Depot, Costco, Walmart, everything stay open with lines. And the jeweler from before, he just got able to open, and he has about 10 customers a day, and they come in one at a time. Everybody wears a mask and hand sanitizers, but
that's the stuff.
That's not
the
okay.
Stuff that we argued with them about.
Well, what were they doing from the jump? Like,
it didn't make sense.
It doesn't it makes them look bad because you let the big boxes stay open the whole time, and you let them come up with protocols this quickly, and you kept us closed. And like, who represented us during these phases and stuff? Do you think we would have taken that? Like, oh yeah, we're just going to not open gyms.
Right. What we said was, and we said you're hurting the integrity of what you're trying to get people to buy into when you do that. And so when you have what you just described, where you're seeing people lined up at Target or Home Depot, and then how do I explain to the jewelry store guy, or if, for example, a woman who has a blind company, window blinds and stuff, and you've got some construction going. She's trying to provide her materials or her supplies, and she wasn't able to get in. I mean, I'll say this here. I said, just go in, Barbara, and do it. Because again, that's the only way you're going to be able to get it done. You're in there by yourself, or you're with your one other employee, and you're providing this stuff again. So I think to Stan's point, Stan said, how is it going to look, later on? I think that there's a lot of things that were learned off of this, and that's why you can be guaranteed, at least from our perspective in Babylon, we're going to fight for making sure that it's done the proper way. And Chris, I'll suggest to Islip, because I think just you describing what you've got, I think that if lessons and if we're successful in getting some changes after tomorrow for the gyms, I think there may be some movement on the smaller gyms being able to reopen, and you'd be able to do something. I'll talk offline with you about that.
Yeah, and then that's another thing too, is if the best way to combat potentially catching the coronavirus or surviving the coronavirus if you catch it is your health, fitness.
Yeah, it's the best way to protect yourself. It's better than any other thing you can do, and it's been taken away from everybody, literally.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going crazy right now. I've been trying to do stuff with Rob, at his house, and I don't blame him not wanting people over there or anything. But I've been trying to stick.
Rich, I'll train you.
Train you over here.
Look at this. Over here at Menace.
Oh,
You got a driveway.
Mills.
Whoa, is that the Lindenhurst address?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Well, hey, free of charge.
Rich is like the only person that can calm me down when in regard to any of this. He's like the only person that I'll like
listen to.
Listen and be like,
we'll talk offline.
yeah.
Well, me and Menace were talking about it before Rich came on. Most politicians are full of shit, and they're not going to shoot you straight. They're going to go into that political speech, and Rich is not one of those people.
No, he's not.
No time.
He's very different than what I'm seeing a lot of out there happen right now. I just want, Stan, what's the mortality so far at all the cases? What do we got?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Yeah, like a whopping 0.66%.
Countrywide or New York?
Yeah, whatever. Give me the world. Give me everything.
I Googled it, and they're not giving me an actual statistical number.
Go to the Johns Hopkins dashboard, Stan. There's a Johns Hopkins University.
It's like 1%.
Yeah, they've got it right on their
And I just like
homepage.
You know when like it's like the dad that the son makes it to the NFL and then he's like right there on draft night and he's like, we did it, son. Like you didn't care about our health when it comes to cigarettes or drink as much as you want or let's pollute the ground and with Grumman and then blame, just say, I don't know. Let's pollute the park in Central Islip and cut a deal and expose kids to biohazardous stuff and then, let the guy out of jail after 6 months or 3 months in some nice little place he went to for a little bit. But something that's killing 0.66% of people, let's shut the whole world off. The flu has come in quietly and killed probably like 250,000 so far this year. Just nice and quiet. But we have a vaccine for that. Nobody cares because it's not a news story. It's not hot. It's not, whatever. And to me, it's like, I don't understand where the mindset of this country went because 50 years ago, this wouldn't happen. People would be like, nah, we're going to work. This country has to stay open. Yeah, China quietly is up and running. They're going to pass us real soon economically. They're right there. They're back full force. We're buying all their stuff right now. It's like, I just don't understand it. Why are we the ones that can't figure it out?
So I can't find a statistic on it, but obviously we can gauge it off of...
I have statistics on it. It's like 0.7.
Well, I'm saying there's 7.8 billion people in the world, and then they're saying the total confirmed cases is 11.7 million.
Okay. So how many
Which is a blip on the radar, 11.7 billion. 11.7 million when you're talking about 7...
You saw me put those things up. Dude, 15,000 people die a day from starvation still in 2020. 15,000 died today. Kids, women, men. Like, that's just one statistic. Forgive me for being like...
No, I don't forgive
you care that much that against my will, you're going to do what's best for me? I'm not so sure that that's why you're in this game with me.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help you, right?
What's that?
I'm from the government and I'm here to help you. That's an old
local
saying.
Government and like.
Oh, Chris, Chris, what that is that's a joke where people say, "Oh yeah, you're from the government, you're here to help me." No, you're here to screw me. We're at a point in time where pretty much everybody says they can't trust the government, they can't trust the institutions, they can't trust the information they're being given, right? And you're not the only person who's thinking what you're just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I won't watch 60 seconds of CNN or Fox News or anything because it's just one side agenda and the other side's agenda going against each other. And that to me is not how you gotta like be in the middle of think for yourself critically. But
Rich, if you want a segment here on Menace the Man called, hey, 50-50, shoot it straight, we'll take you.
There you go. I'm happy to be on. Now, Rob says I better get off the show and do bike sprints.
Tell him. Yo, he's just jealous.
I've been doing those bike sprints.
I bought an assault bike. I got it downstairs in my house.
He's
How
jealous.
many RPM are you hitting over there?
What am I?
What are you doing? 2020s, 30-30s?
We do 20, 20. No, we do
20-30?
No, 30-30.
30-30.
And what are you doing? Like, you guys all hop on Zoom or what?
Yeah, I have the little phone, and I put my 80s on in the background, so I don't. I miss the rap music from the gym, though. I miss.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Wow, well, you get rap, or you get some weird, you would hear some weird rap that you're like, where the fuck?
Or the Axel F theme, when Greg gets to put on the Axel F theme.
Oh.
I gotta say, Long Island MMA Farmingdale's music choices, a lot of the time, I'm just like,
yeah, because it sounds like dreary and death.
You're like Michelino, turn that shit off.
Yeah, come on, Mitch.
Turn that music that no one's ever heard before off.
You remember when they thought it was cool to keep looping the same song for like an hour and see who?
Well, that was for like on Fridays. It was
that was the Axel F. That was the Axel F.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh.
Yeah,
I used to want to tear my hair out.
Yeah, that was from.
Well, the thing is, like after like 2 hours, like, is this the same song?
Yeah. You start to think that.
And then once you your attention grabs is the same song, you're like,
and you're done. As soon as you realize you're done, you're tortured.
That's Greg's favorite song, I'm told.
What? How's that go again? Like,
dun, 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 dun,
yes. And he would just keep playing it.
Eddie Murray and Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F.
I remember
like torture.
Michelino being like, I like conscious rap. I was like, turn that shit off and put on some hip hop, some actual rap.
put on Biggie Smalls.
Yeah. He likes rap with a message.
And I'm yelling 80s on 8.
No one's ever heard.
80s on 8.
So I got 80s on 8 and my assault bike sprints.
I don't know when the day is going to come, but next time I'm in the gym, you're in the gym, I'm just going to just go back there, put on A's on 8, and see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got you, Buzz.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'll see you guys soon.
Yes. Hopefully this all keeps.
Chris, I'll give you a buzz tomorrow morning.
Okay. I just have a phone call for Island Strong for a Zoom meeting at 10:30.
All right. Cool. I'll call you.
What's the room meeting? What's the?
I've been getting up real early though, so.
Oh, you're up early. All right. I'll give you a call in the morning.
Yeah, I've been getting up at like 6:30. I changed my whole thing during quarantine.
Nice.
I'm tearing it up despite this being closed.
You get more done.
Well, he's angry.
Less angry.
No, he said, "Well, I'm angry."
He's putting his frustration.
I'm just motivated for some reason, even though there's nothing going on for me. I'm just like, I'll just get better as a person. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're doing it the right way. A lot of people aren't.
Well, wait.
Oh, yeah, I've lost like 12 pounds during quarantine. I'm in like better shape than I started.
I've seen that. Wade's looking jacked right now, but Wade wakes up. Wade wakes up every morning and he's like, motherfucking Cuomo, motherfucking, and he paces around a little bit. Then he gathers himself like, you know what? I'm gonna go make a phone call.
All right, guys, I gotta go now. You're gonna get me fired here.
Yeah. Don't do this to Rich.
You're the man, Rich.
All right, see you guys later.
All right, Rich.
Take care.
Bye.
They're on the same party? Are they the same party? I don't know.
Yeah. That's like his.
That's his cohort.
Boss?
Not his boss.
Well, that is.
Not his like boss.
I mean, actually, yeah, it might be. Cuomo's in charge of New York State.
I love Rich, but I can't let some of the stuff completely off the hook. It's just utter bullshit. Legit bullshit.
But you know his love for Long Island MMA. I'd imagine Rich is working to open the gym.
No, Rich is. He really is. Rich is in like a bad spot where he's gotta play nice with like the sides that he doesn't necessarily even agree with that stuff, because you have to play the game. It's all a game. It's a political game of just, you gotta be smart about it. You can't make enemies. Like you can't, there's certain things you just can't do.
Chris, you want to put a smile on your face?
Yeah.
You want to talk about fighting?
Well, wait. First, I heard you talk about Island Strong. How's Island Strong doing?
Oh, they're selling a ton of shirts.
Yeah, we're actually doing very well right now, despite the store having been closed, because a lot of people have been shopping online. So we had like some of our best months that we've experienced through people just being online a lot more.
Yeah. You know what I need to start doing? I need to start, when I'm like in Target or wherever I go, I need to take pictures, because I see Island Strong shirts everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
No, it's starting to show up, man. It's starting to show up. I feel like we're really on the cusp right now of being like probably the brand on Long Island.
What would it take for the Menace and the Man show to get sponsored by Island Strong?
A couple more of those good months that I was just talking about.
Maybe we just get some gear for the first, and see what happens.
I'll do that all day.
We'll wear some shirts on the show. And, I'm not trying
nice hats that you like really want to.
No chance am I trying to get rich off of Island Strong. I think you guys have like legit gear that I kind of want a little piece of. And I'm like, hey guys, Menace and the Man show.
Well, wait. Who's the "Don't Be a Pussy" shirt from?
That's Gamma.
Yes, Gamma Labs.
So see, we got the product placement. Wade, he's got the Gamma Labs shirt. I got the GSP shirt on.
Do you feel behind him? Stacked up.
Yeah. I'll hang some shirts over it. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I love GP.
We'll talk. We'll roll the ball around. I mean, I'm not trying.
But in all seriousness, we are making some really, really nice gear right now. And if you guys want to do something to start, we'll do something. We'll figure it out.
Even if you guys just shared the show, really, like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a platform that way. So we have like, I don't know, 45,000 followers or something around here.
That's like more than Stan has.
Yeah, more than you have too.
More than I have. More than me and you have, Dennis, probably.
Fine. Well, it's all combined.
What do you got, like 28, 30?
I think it went down since I retired.
Dude, mine's been going down a little bit, too. I've been running my mouth. I've been running my mouth about this, and people are like, I don't believe in this. Unfollow. Get the fuck out, bro.
But you also, so me and Stan talk about some things, and...
Wait, this might be the last episode. With the shit we were talking about before you came on, Wade, this might be the last episode. Yeah.
I was like one beer deep, and I was like, I don't like this and that. And fuck those guys. Well, anyways, so me and Stan will talk off the air, and we'll talk about how, we should do this, we shouldn't do that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. And if they don't like that, then I don't want them to pay attention to us. Like if we're not eye to eye, like, fuck off.
Right.
We're not even eye to eye, like, I don't know. Or if it bothers you, like, I see shit in Target that bothers me, but I keep going to Target.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the people that go in there.
We don't think on that wavelength at all to where we can ever relate to that type of.
Here's what it is with me and you, where me and you
like the shirt you have on, bro. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, probably. Menace and the Man show's probably getting canceled because of this shirt. But I'll burn it to the ground. I don't give a shit.
My thing, like I keep reiterating it, is like when something's killing less than 1% of the people that get it, like
I'm not even going that in detail. I'm saying like me and you and even Stan. There's things we didn't like growing up. Our parents went, I don't give a shit. You don't have a say. Shut up. Everything's going to be fine. That's what it is. You go, okay. And it is. It's probably better that way.
Some of these people never got hit. Some of these people,
for example, like Stan's nephews and like that say and do whatever the fuck they want.
Society has slowly, all the betas that like can't defend themselves have slowly over time created a whole new system where like you can't touch me, and like they can win in so many other ways that they could never have won in the past. They could be just completely feeble genetically, physically, not take care of themselves, be completely closed-minded because they were silver spoon fed their entire life, born into money, and they got stuff to say to people like me and you who just want to like, run our business or, just let people make their own decisions. Like that kind of a person to me, I just have no use for in this.
Hang on. Professional fighter, retired. I'm still like, my dad was like, yo, dude, what? You said that? I'm like, Pop. Pop. But me and my dad are the same wavelength because of that.
All three of us can tell plenty of stories about how we crossed boundaries as children and were reprimanded for doing so. I'm sure of that.
But I know a lot of people like, not saying hit your kids.
No, I never touched my
yo, don't, your kids cannot always be happy.
Your kids don't
they
run.
Can't.
Your kids, and even this, your kid.
They're 2. They're 7.
Your kid does not run shit.
No,
does not run shit.
There's people out there letting their dogs run shit. Do you understand how bad society is destroyed? Destroyed. God. Kids is like if you see a kid totally spoiled now, it's like, that's not bad. How about the dog parents or the pet? Come on, bro. There's some.
I'll call them out right now. My brothers would get in a chat, and both my brothers are both married. Both my brothers do not have kids. Both my brothers have dogs. That, like, I've said a few things, and they're like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, what? For example, like, my brother's dog, and like, listen.
Which brother?
It's a good dog.
Which brother?
Dean. His dog got hit by a car. I'm being insensitive. I've never had my own dog. I get probably where he's coming from, but I don't know. I was being rational, I think. So his dog got hit by a car. He's like, man, like, almost lost my dog, whatever. He's upset. I'm like, okay. And then cost me $1,500 I'm like, you could have bought 2 of that dog. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, and like my other brother attacked me too, and I was like, ugh.
I mean, when it becomes like attached to the family, there, I'm sure there's a number that, depending on how well you're doing, you're willing to go to. I'm talking about people who like let the animal do whatever it wants.
They shit like that.
Like anything, literally anything when they're out.
You chew on my couch, like, no.
Yeah, you little silly goose, you.
Yeah, don't do it again.
Such a cutie. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, but those same type of people raise kids.
Yes, they do. You're right.
And that's why people are like, Redskins? What is that? That's a football team?
Would you not agree that we have some bigger issues at hand right now?
Oh my God.
1,000,000%. Like, all that attention, like,
of pro sports teams that are closed right now. Like, why? Why is that the topic of discussion at all?
A sports team being called the Redskins didn't kill anybody.
It's because somebody wants to be like the hero for like.
Well, they want a following.
Look what I got done. Look at the attention I brought to this.
Well, we talked about
be their hill.
Instead of doing something like you or me did, Chris, and like fucking kill yourself, starve yourself. Sacrifice a bunch of shit.
Menace, we talked about that with Eves and Out. A lot of people are just doing things for the gram, for social media.
Oh, get it. All day. All day. That's all they do.
Like I'm gonna go protest just because it's cool. No, I was burping. I'm like 5 Great South Bays deep at this point.
Did you see how enraged I was? Speaking of that, like, so, they claim the incubation period can be like 2 weeks or whatever. You could be asymptomatic for 2 weeks.
It's smaller than that.
Right. So all these protests went on, right? And the whole left encouraged all of this to go on, right? They didn't want you to protest against them closing you down, but if you were going to get crazy over the other protests, you could do whatever you wanted to, right? This was how long ago? A couple weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Right?
Wow.
And now they're seeing number spikes, right? But they're blaming the 4th of July weekend. Like, people went to the beach and drove straight from the beach to the hospital the next day. Get the hell out of here.
Bro,
the percentage of people that went to the beach and then even got tested is like this, probably. But they're running like sensational articles about how it's July 7th today. They're talking about how the 4th of July has made us go back into a free fall as a country. You're full of shit. Completely full of shit.
They started with Memorial Day, and they were saying Memorial Day made it spike.
Right. But none of the protests made it spike. None of the protests made it spike. Yeah. Where people were literally like this, you know?
We need to get Braden on this call.
Dude, people need to the chips need to fall after the dust settles on this. They really do. They really, really do.
Tomorrow it's going to be like, hi, this is YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Your show's taken off?
Yeah.
What would you do? Stan, you'd probably kill yourself, right?
No, I'd find another platform. I'd go Alex Jones, and I'd find another platform.
What platform?
They're not taking us down. I don't know. Any which way. We'll figure it out.
Why do we have to pay for people who can't, if you can't protect yourself and you decided to eat McDonald's your whole life, you stay home.
Wow. I should have brought it up to Rich. I like the Wade Bermuda.
I'm coming out.
The Wade Bermudez ticket for 2020.
Dude, I want that guy's job so bad, that crook.
Who?
Cuomo.
So there you go.
Taxi crook. That's what he is.
Dennis.
Let's not forget, bro, this is an election year, all right? People don't want to talk about it. But
so here.
So what was Trump's strongest point going into this? It was the fact that the economy was doing great, right? Unemployment was at an all-time low. What did they do? They spun the entire thing. They gave the country the highest unemployment rate it's seen since like the housing market crashed. And then they closed every small business and put everybody under the teat of the government so that when they go into September, October, they're going to be like, look what he did. He didn't act fast enough. No, you guys shut everything. You closed everything. So he could have stopped this. No, he's still trying to stop it.
And he got so much shit. He stopped travel from China and from Europe early. And people were like, nah, he didn't do it.
Nah.
First, it was unconstitutional. Then it was, he didn't do it early enough.
Yes, exactly. First, he was evil. And then he was too slow, right? And then you just heard that before. Oh, we don't know shit. We don't know if the cloth masks do a damn thing. We don't know if you're asymptomatic, if you could give it to somebody. We don't know how long the incubation period is. Our tests are 50% accurate, coin flips, right? But they're predicting that it will come back in October. It will be back. How can you predict that? Where's your basis?
So if I'm being honest, I don't know if I can get Bermudez elected as president. So, Dennis, we're going to run on the state level. I'm going to run Wade on the national level.
I'm with it.
Wade versus Kanye West and Donald Trump and Joe Biden. We're going Wade.
Did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah, I did.
Publicity stunt.
I like it, though. And I'll tell you why I like it.
You can't vote for him. I'm voting for Joe Biden.
This is why I like it. This is why I like it. I think that's why people don't like me, because I think about stuff. Kanye West and Donald Trump are pretty tight.
Yeah.
Okay? The Democrat, for the most part, not locally, not guys like Rich, but they want the country closed. They want to make him look bad. They want this thing to be as bad as it possibly can be. And they think that that's going to lead to them stealing this election away. So Kanye West comes up. What's their main push right now? Black Lives Matter.
Oh, wow.
They don't care about them. They want their votes. they're not trying to. If you think the world is all like sunshine and rainbows and everybody is such a good person and on and on and on, then I got a bridge to sell you. So the election's coming, and now Kanye West throws his name in, right? He could steal a lot of votes from them, from people that would normally have voted for Biden, and now they're going to vote for Kanye West.
Like, people
and I'm like,
18,
yes,
bro,
do it.
Even 5 who think like, hey, I've got feelings. I know what the fuck's up. Those people are going to vote for Kanye, right?
I hope.
He's going to steal like a youth. Listen, you have to talk about elections the way it is. The Democratic Party is pushing for the minority vote extremely hard right now. And that goes for Hispanics. That goes for the Black community. That goes for literally all of it. And Kanye West can take a chunk of those votes, like legitimately. It sounds absurd, but he literally could.
That many people.
What's that?
Who would be a better candidate that could steal that many people?
No, he's about as good as you could do that way.
What about his wife?
No. If they really wanted to beat Trump, they would throw a bag of money at The Rock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they'd get the dumb people to be like, no, I'm voting for The Rock.
If you don't think I would vote for The Rock, you would be out of your mind. He would have my vote so fucking... I've never voted. I would vote for The Rock so fucking fast. Your head would fucking spin.
Thank God you don't vote, Menace.
What do you mean?
I like the way that guy walks. I'm going with him.
Yo, me and Rock and Chris Wade and you, we all probably think on the same fucking line for sure.
Yeah. The Rock doesn't...
Hard work.
The Rock doesn't speak on politics because... And the only time when you don't speak on politics, it's because you're Republican or you're in that realm.
Okay.
You're almost common sense. Like, even, Wade, I'm sure you've seen it. The start, and it goes back, same way they say, oh, slavery or Confederate Army or whatever. The Democrat Party is like before the Republican Party. The Republican Party was started to combat the Democrat Party trying to keep slavery alive. That's what the Republican Party is. So, like,
I don't know the facts about the starting of either party. I don't even agree with parties, to tell you the truth.
100%.
I think it's just another rig job. Like, how is that the best way to pick the best person to give you two choices of like rich old white guys that like got enough money from their corporate buddies to run for president and get ad campaigns? Like, where's the 45-year-old young, like, you know, brash guy that's going to symbolize power? Like, where's he? Like, why do we have a senile guy?
Well, what hangs out with strippers and like shoots machine guns?
Dan Bilzerian.
No, that's not a football player.
Poker player.
No, I said I say?
Poker. Fuck that guy. That guy's soft too. Please, bro.
You don't think you and him maybe think in a similar line?
But here, Wade, I'm sure you've seen it on like Facebook. There's some friends or people we know in the fight community that are like hardcore, like Democrats. Like I'm an independent, I consider myself. I actually consider myself common sense.
Yeah, that's what I am. I considered myself, if you had to ask me before this, a Democrat. I would go to all the Rich's stuff. I've seen Hillary speak. I've seen...
Well, Rich totally...
I've met them.
Whatever you think, Rich.
And when this all happened and I thought about and watched everything that's been going on, I'm done with them forever. Forever. They'll never get me back because they screwed us that badly, and they're still screwing us that bad. So I'm common sense, but my common sense tells me that to go this way, you know?
Yeah.
I'm done with it, bro.
Politics is a slippery slope, but yeah.
And then where there's liberals and what's the other one? Liberals and
I kind of want to get in there, bro. I feel like the new wave thing is to just like speak your truth and to be real, and you can like really get ahead nowadays, and like you don't have to be as much bullshit. You know, you can.
Chris.
Wade's gonna go to his mailbox like next Monday and be like, "I'm running for fucking state senate." What? I'm just gonna sign him up.
Chris, rewatch your segment of the show. Send Stan what clips you want. He'll make them for you.
And then I got you, Wade. Nice white fella like yourself. I'm gonna put Bermudez on the ticket so you get that Puerto Rican vote.
Oh wow!
See, we're already politicking right now.
You ever see the signs that get put in the lawn?
Bro, how could someone beat one of us though? Honestly, if you can debate and talk and be rational, like, bro, what have you been through that I haven't been through?
Right,
I literally have fought for things. Like, I'm literally a fighter. You're just talking out of your ass over here, trying to rah people, and you're gonna steal from them after. So.
And then when you guys give speeches, you just finish it, or in the middle of it, you'd be like, and if worse comes to worse, I'm leg kicking this motherfucker. And then the crowd will uproar.
After the speech, he just laces me, like, and we're just like, yeah.
Blood everywhere.
Shotgun 2 beers and
Yo.
So I got
great day beers, just bang it off our head and drink it. That's how you win nowadays.
Oh my god. Ric Flair chop each other. Hit a woo.
Yeah.
Everyone back. I'm voting for this motherfucker.
Stan, could you break a watermelon with your legs, squeezing it?
I saw Grilly trying to do it. He couldn't do it.
Could you?
All tried to do it.
No.
Chris, shut the fuck up, Chris.
No. Women can do it. Women have like that strength.
No, women probably stab a hole in the side.
No,
cover with their legs.
A jacked girl has like that weird tensionary strength or whatever in her legs to go like this.
I don't believe it.
Are there women that can do it?
To that girl. I don't believe it.
You don't get on the machine at the gym that does that, the abductor thing. They do that machine.
Yeah, but he's also
need to get on that to be stronger than them. I triangle people.
Right.
Why? Wait! You've never seen that girl?
She's getting like either ripened ones that are like getting mushy or she's doing something to them because you're not convincing me that girl's that much stronger than Dennis and I and Grilly and all these guys, and we couldn't even make a cracking noise.
Well, nobody did it.
It starts to like,
dude, I felt
move.
like my knees were
bend a lot.
Did you guys try it? Because I've seen it. I've never tried it. Did you guys try it the Ben Askren way? Did anyone break it that way?
I got it like this, and I was just like trying to destroy.
Now, Chris, do you think Ben Askren did it the proper way, or he had something?
He's got a gorilla grip.
I'll give Ben Askren because I
would believe that he's like a country boy, like
farm strength.
Yeah,
did he do?
He probably knows like a little technique, and he knows how to like.
Hang on, real quick. Did he do 2 at the same time?
Like this, yeah.
That's where I'm like,
I don't know, man. I think it depends on the watermelon. I think if you get the right watermelon, you could break. He
also has way longer arms than you or I.
Right.
I think there's probably something with leverage there with that, for sure.
Right. I would agree.
And here, I
do think the watermelon matters. I think if you have a rind that's like this thick, like you're not cracking that thing. Bro, we put a mortar in it and lit it off. And we went over there, and it hadn't even exploded. It, like, cracked a little on the
It just had, like, a big hole.
It had, like, a circle and, like, a little crack on each side.
You guys got some badass watermelons.
Hang on. Stan, a mortar.
Yeah.
And it didn't... It just made a hole.
Nope.
You know what, Chris?
It did not. We thought it was going to be all over the road, and it was just sitting there smoking. We could have picked it up and like cut it up after that.
All right, perfect segue there. We're talking Ben Askren. I was like, "Yo, Ben, Marty, your boy Marty's about to fight Masvidal. You want to come on the show tomorrow?" He was like, tomorrow I'm super swamped. I got shit going on." And then I was like, "How do you see that fight going? Who you got winning?" He was like, "Marty, however he wants."
Is Ben coming on right now?
No.
You know,
I thought you were segueing like.
I do agree with that, though. Like,
I was segueing to UFC 251.
Got you.
We don't look at fighting the same way anymore, but you guys can honestly sit there and say that, like, all right, let's say Usman was like, I just want to win, right? I just want to keep my belt. I only have 6 days. They just changed my opponent. This guy's dangerous. You're telling me if he didn't want to put him on the cage and take him down about 15 times and exhaust him and destroy him, that he couldn't do it? The way that Masvidal wins is if Usman decides to be a Dana and a people pleaser and have a boxing match like he did with Colby.
Yeah.
To entertain everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But that's not like true MMA. Like true MMA, like who's better and who has the better skills, Usman could beat him, I feel like, 10 times out of 10 if he wanted to by just taking him down. Like how's he going to get up more than once?
Khabib could beat him.
Khabib, exactly. The way people...
That's a weight class different. That's a weight class below.
Wait, Khabib what? Couldn't beat
I'm saying Khabib could beat at 170. Could probably beat...
Masvidal?
Yeah.
You're saying?
Yeah.
But even like that.
Down and going to his game plan. 100%. I would take Khabib all day.
Ragdolling him for 20 minutes.
It's like rock, paper, scissors, bro. It's proven. That's why they don't really like it. They like the action and the unknown of like anybody could get knocked out at any second.
Well, the thing is I think Masvidal stepped into that realm that Conor printed where, hey, let me talk a fucking I think Masvidal's shit that he talks is real. Very real.
No, he's real.
People become emotionally engaged with him like, yeah, motherfucker.
It's not a story.
I'm gonna punch your fucking face out.
Right, but he's goading Usman into that kind of a fight. He knows what he's doing. He's reeling him in like, I'm going to break your face, and Usman's going to be like, you ain't breaking my face, watch this. And then they're going to have a pissing contest.
And even people are saying that Masvidal has that out. Like, I only took the fight on 6 days' notice.
He does have that out.
He does. It's a win-win
for him. If he didn't have enough time to get ready.
He wasn't getting ready for Usman. Like, he didn't have that centered training camp for Usman. Usman got ready for Burns. But Masvidal's been training. He's not coming off the couch.
I know he's not coming off the couch, but he doesn't have pressure like the way Usman does.
That's something I've heard a lot of people say, is all the pressure's on Usman.
If he loses, he just has an asterisk.
I think that's just natural for the person who's been on the card the longest. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that always the case? Like, remember when Conor's fight switched to Nate, and like the pressure really wasn't on Nate on that first one, and he swarmed him.
Here's another thing. Masvidal's already talking about who he's going to give a title shot to.
Next, you're saying?
Yeah.
I love it. Hang on, the guy is... I think it's organic, but he's a marketing...
He's organic, for sure.
It's organic, but he's marketing awesome.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with himself.
Whereas Kobe, you're like, dude, really? Like...
Yeah, I get it. Well, I mean, when you come from backyard fighting, I mean, you don't really need to explain much more than that, right? I mean, you kept it pretty damn real. That guy could say whatever he wants from here on out, bro. He was fighting with Kimbo's guy.
And then he's punching dudes backstage like he can say.
He's raw, dude. He's real. Like, that guy could turn on you at any second, bro. You could be having a great night, and he might punch you in the face at like 10 o'clock. If you said,
like, I invited you my birthday party.
Bro, we were having a great time.
I said I love Cuba.
I don't appreciate what you had to say. Headbutt.
Oh my god!
I like that. I kind of like that. I'm into that.
Well, hang on. I also like, and I know you for sure can say the same thing. Like, my friends and the people I hang out with are all like that. But I feel like you're like,
that's how I grew up, man. I grew up like that. I don't like the cringy stuff that goes on in MMA right now. It's disingenuous, and it's all promotionally based, and like. Those ones that are organic, those are the ones that most people take to, like the ones that you find that it's real.
Yeah.
But another reason why I said to Menace, I want to get Chris Wade on. I know Chris Wade likes to dabble a little bit in the gambling, betting some money on some fights.
Allegedly.
I hate that he's on here right now because I'm probably going to spend like a minimum of $200.
This is a big card. This has some fights worth betting.
Hey, Chris.
You know how I am with like watching them, but I will be watching this.
Chris, Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Specifically for
don't
work.
worry, we're gonna cook. We're gonna be cooking.
Oh lordy.
Yes.
We're cooking.
Menace.
And you know what, man? I've been hitting some weird prop stuff. Like what round, like choke third round, or like the odds are crazy.
I can't. Every time I go with someone's like, listen, we're going to win. Just follow my lead. And I go, okay, I do. We did. Just one time I was in Atlantic City with LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we'll each do. He was like, we'll each do $100. I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, trust me. I'm like, all right, okay. 10 minutes later, he's like, that's the fastest I ever lost that much. I was like, what?
But Wade, even you were saying prop bets. What was it? UFC 250? I put $100 on 50 and 50 on Cody Garbrandt winning by knockout over a Sun Tzu in the second round.
Wow.
And then he knocked out a Sun Tzu with 4:59.
Yeah.
So I remember watching that fight, and I'm like, all right, he fucking lost. This is done. And then he did that fucking Hayushin.
And then he disappears, and fucking boom, there's your money.
Oh, my God. I was watching that with my brother-in-law. I was like, oh, my God.
That's why you gotta love fighting, right? You gotta love fighting for that reason. Like, you're always in it. You always have a puncher's chance, right? Like, you could be down every round, and there's a chance that you could hit somebody with a haymaker and bang.
Yes, the unpredictableness of.
You want to go through some of the picks?
Yeah. Who do you think is going to take Usman Masvidal? Masvidal is
Oh, you want to start at the top?
Why, you want to go bottom? We can go bottom. I mean, the bottom, we don't know a lot of these guys.
No, I'm not saying the very bottom. I was thinking like from the Vulcan fight, maybe?
Yes. That's probably, like, even, like, you know, Makwan Armakani, but he's fighting, nobody knows who Danny Henry is.
Well, if you want a little underdog, it's not really. It's like almost even money, but Maxim Grishin was in PFL last year, and he's pretty damn solid. I would say that's a pretty live, like, 50-50 bet if you want to try to make some quick money early in the night. I would take him.
Do you know what I always tell Menace? One of my favorite things to do is pick your card. Like, pick your whole card. You could put $10 and win like 90 grand.
On a site that would let you put a parlay in like that. Yeah.
If you get it right. And you're bound to hit, you know.
Tell them about the one night, Stan.
Which one night?
Everybody won except for.
Oh my God. I had one parlay one night, and Burgos. I got like 9 fights in. It was like a $7,000 parlay. And Burgos lost that close fight to Josh Emmett.
I've hit a few baseball 8-teamers before.
Yeah.
On a random night, like a Tuesday, all 8 games, bang.
Yeah.
Right. So I could probably do it with fights.
Hang on, different ball game though, no, Chris?
It is because of the.
Literally.
There's no way to even it. Like in sports, you do a point spread to make an even number, and I would never take the Knicks against almost anybody, but maybe I'll take the Knicks plus 16 points, like that. And you can't have that in fighting, really. Like, they should do that. They should be like, you know what? I'll take
some sites will give you the rounds.
Namajunas plus 1 round. Like, she could lose 2 rounds to 1 and you win that bet. She just can't get beat every round, something like that.
Some sites will give you a parlay like that. Like, they'll give you each fight, how long it goes type shit.
Real quick, before we get into the card, can we talk about 135? Frank Yeager. Chris, did you see that Munoz, right?
Yeah, he tested positive.
Tested positive, he's out.
Mm-hmm. He got
Aljo threw out. What's that?
He got coin flipped.
Right. So Aljo throws out a few, posts. Hey, head to Abu Dhabi.
Yes,
whatever.
I saw that.
But it turns out he was going there for Merab to fight Frankie. Frankie turned. There's Stan. There's a few other 135ers like, I'll fight Frankie. I'll fight Frankie. I'll fight Frankie. Frankie went.
Jimmy Rivera, Ricky Simon, Marlon Vera, Merab. A couple people threw their name out. Like, I'll fly tomorrow. 19-hour flight. I'll make weight on the plane.
So why is he backing out?
He's 38.
He wants probably 1 or 2 in a title fight, as opposed to some young gun that might fuck up his 135 debut.
Yeah, right. He's playing it smart.
Yeah. Like, you've seen how...
If I'm Frank Yeager and
pull him out off the card and put Merab another guy on.
Well, that's what they did. Partially, they took Frankie off and they made Jimmy Rivera versus Cody Stamann.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, but that's for the next. That's for the 15th.
That's
okay.
That's to replace.
Oh, that was on the 15th, right? Sorry.
That's to replace Frankie Edgar versus Pedro Munoz. And
right.
As of right now, Edgar has no fight.
Right. He's not going to take one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's trying to do what Aldo did. He wants to move down a weight class and go right to the front of the line.
Well, that's what I said to Menace. I'm like, so
that's my opinion.
135 title shot.
Yeah, he probably thinks it's a smaller division. He's a big name. One pretty big win, and he could put himself literally right into some sort of contender situation.
Hang on, you have the same manager. You don't think that has been spoke about?
Oh, I'm sure they're being smart about it.
Look at one.
He's probably getting show money, no? Which is probably pretty penny.
Getting show money for what? The guy canceling?
I don't know.
He prepared a whole camp.
I don't think they give you show money unless you make weight.
No, they won't pay him much.
Yeah, they're going to give him something, but not show money.
They'll pay you show money if your guy scratches the day before at weigh-ins or something, but they don't. I don't imagine if he didn't even fly.
Especially if they threw you 4 replacements and you turned them all down.
Yeah, exactly. If I turned down 4 replacements, they would cut me in 2 seconds, which we already dealt with that.
Even Edgar. Even Edgar, Aldo title shot off a loss. Mm-hmm. The last guy to fight for the 135 title against Cejudo was Cruz. He was coming off a loss and hadn't fought in 3 years.
Right.
So Frank Yeager's probably all I got to do is win a fight, and I'm getting a title shot.
But what about Aljo, though?
Oh, my God.
Wait. Me and Menace talk about it all the time.
Aljo deserves that fight, man.
He deserves it, but Frank Yeager...
I would be fucking pissed if he skips him.
Frank Yeager can call up Dana and be like, yo, check his Instagram.
Well,
how many followers he got?
Who?
That's what Edgar will say. How many followers he got, how many followers I got. You know?
Right.
I think Frankie's old school.
Yeah.
But I think the UFC will see it.
Frankie's
exactly how you're saying it.
UFC fighter.
Yeah. I think 100. I think Aljo should be. I think Sanhagen versus Aljo could have been more of a title fight than Yan versus Aldo.
Yeah, I still think Petr Yan is one of the top 2, though. So.
But I'm saying Aldo was 0-1 at 135. How does that warrant a title shot?
Oh, nobody agrees with that except for the UFC. No one has come out and said that was deserving at all.
Yeah. Oh, and if anything, it should have been Aljo versus Yan.
Yes, that was the fight. That was the fight. And then they just do whatever they want. So.
Yeah. Or even when it was Aldo versus Cejudo, it should have been Cejudo versus Aljamain. At that point.
Hang on. Listen, I think we forget about the business aspect.
Yeah.
How many followers is, Yan, I guess, I don't know how many followers he has, but actually, who the fuck has Yan actually beat except for Uriah Faber?
Jimmy Rivera is his biggest win besides Faber. But even, there's probably a sign,
he beat Jimmy Rivera before he beat Uriah.
There's probably
already beat Uriah.
There's probably a mathematical equation to it. Like if you have 1 million followers, they probably think 20% or 10% or 40% of your following is going to buy the pay-per-view or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's definitely logistics for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, Petr Yan is a bad motherfucker. I think he should definitely be in the title fight conversation.
Yes,
for sure.
I agree.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Aldo, you just topped in the weight class. You lost a close one.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Well,
how many followers does he have? Run these numbers right now.
He should honestly fight Frankie Edgar.
Yeah.
Who, Aldo?
Yeah.
He already fucked Frankie up twice.
I know, but like just to see like who's going to be the guy at 35 that
on his weight class.
New weight class, yes. Well, Aldo 2.5 million. So what do you want to do, Jose?
Aldo 2.5 million?
Yeah. So
that's exactly why.
I think Frankie's got 1 million.
And I talk about it all the time.
768 Frankie's got.
Fighting the UFC is not necessarily as good a fighter you are, but as popular you are.
Yeah.
Was CM Punk the co-main event that one time?
Well,
the feature fight.
Yeah, he was a feature fight.
He never had one fight?
No, I think he was the feature fight both times.
Never had a fight.
Right, so it's not exactly how good you are.
Yeah, it's about selling an event.
But how many people like you?
You would think that they would figure something out for Frankie if that was the case, because they would want him on the card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to figure something out. He said no.
But listen, like, think about it with him. Like, why would you fight Merab right now? I mean, Merab has like a full head of steam, super hungry, but doesn't have the name Frankie needs if he beats him to get really up to the title area.
Right, yeah. Frankie has to finish him in the first round and be like, yep, this is where I belong. But I tell you what,
I still don't think that would lead.
Finishing Merab in the first round. No chance.
Oh, chance, bro.
I don't think he finishes Merab in the fight, period.
There's a chance he can't even win.
No, I think Frankie wins.
Bro, like I said to you, Menace, 38's old.
It's been a long time since he competed, though.
38's up there.
When was his last fight, Stan?
Who, Edgar?
Yeah.
I think it was the Max Holloway fight.
Which was when?
I want to say 2019.
A year ago? Really?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, my God. His last fight was Korean Zombie.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which was...
That was 2019?
December.
That fight?
So here, 2019, July of 2019, he lost to Max Holloway, and then December of 2019, he got beat up by Korean Zombie.
Oh, wow. So he has fought recently, though. Recently.
Chris, you watched that fight, right? Frank Edgar versus Korean Zombie?
No, I watched him in Holloway, but I didn't see that other one.
Did you see the highlights, at least?
Yeah, I did.
Like, I watched that fight, and I, like, my own pride, I was like, why couldn't they give me those main shots? Like, he dropped me one time. I'm shooting for a shot. Frankie got up, got dropped, got up, got dropped. I'm like, what?
I know, but Frankie, like, really has...
Say it. Say it, Chris.
What? Say
Frankie
what?
has what?
I'm saying he's done that, like, his whole career, and they've kind of, like, allowed him to do
Do you remember my first 5 fights, Chris, in the UFC?
Yeah, I remember all your fights. I actually think
I got dropped and fucking won the fight.
I think that you lost to the guy that was going to put you at the title scenario because he scouted you and he knew if he hurt you, you would dive straight in on him.
Yeah, I hate that about him.
What's that guy's name? Ricardo Lamas.
Ooh, Lamas is about to fight your boy, Ryan Hall.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, he
knew that if Dennis got hurt, that he would come in for his legs. He sidestepped Dennis and hit like a slick ass guillotine while Dennis was going for his legs.
The best there's
no way you do that quick unless you've been like planning that.
Dude, hang on. My hat everybody but beats me like that finishes me. I go, except for Korean Zombie. Even Korean Zombie, I go, okay. Hit me quick twice before I hit the ground. Like, They gotta jump in and stop it, right? You hit me 3 times before I hit the ground. They gotta stop that.
Well, he hadn't like stopped you that way. He just got you in that choke.
No, but I'm saying even
that was only like a jab or something.
Jeremy Stevens, hey, well played. Fucking Carl Lamas, well played.
Fuck that guy.
Nah, he's come on the Menace and the Man show.
Yeah. Well, let me ask him about how he missed weight by 6.5 pounds.
Oh, very true. Very
and
true.
how they pressured you into fighting him.
Very true. You know what?
I'd feel pretty good fighting too if I had to make 161 and the other guy made 156.
Yeah.
Why? They pressured you into fighting him, Menace?
They didn't pressure me. They said, "Hey, he didn't make weight." They didn't talk about money or anything like that. Like, will you fight him? And you know me. I mean, I'm the,
Yeah. You know what happens in wrestling when you miss weight by 6 pounds at counties or states? You go fucking home. That's where you go. Or nationals. How many times that guy miss weight? All the time. He thinks it's an advantage for himself. Because he'll take the little...
I mean, Greg ran the number.
It's hard for him to make weight. He can't really make the weight. He should probably be at 55. But at 55, he really can't do probably what he wants to do. So he just missed weight.
He knocked out Dos Anjos. I mean, he can't be a champion.
Well, he could punch anybody into oblivion at any time. He has heavy hands.
Yeah.
He's got very heavy hands.
So maybe this is why I'm not sour over it. I got like fight of the night bonus off that. They said Dana and Lorenzo called me. They said, "Hey, we can't announce that you guys got fight of the night or whatever because he missed weight. But that was a fight of the night candidate, so we're gonna send you
discretionary bonus.
Fight of the night money."
Oh, that's cool. I'm with that. That's really cool, though.
And then they were like, public fight of the night, Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
No, I've seen that guy.
Or they give it to Robbie Lawler, and what's his name was that night too? McDonald.
Oh, that was fight of the night for sure.
I was there.
Conor probably got a performance that night.
I was there, bro. It was crazy. Dennis got me because I went out to work out with him, and I sat like 8 rows back, bro. It was insane. Arnold Schwarzenegger was on my right. I was sitting right next to Boss Rutan. Like, it was insane, bro. It was the best night, like, of watching fighting, like, of my life, pretty much, at an event.
And the girl was
Dennis's fight.
Boss Rutan stood up in front of her and was like, "Holy shit!" Like, it was a crazy fight. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And, like, cursed out Boss Rutan. He turned around and looked at her. She's like, "Yeah! Like, get the fuck out of my way!" And he was like, I think he actually, like, sat down. So Chris looks at her and is like, "Do you know who the fuck that was?" And she's like, "No fucking clue." You're like, it's like a legend of MMA. You just told him to fuck off and fucking sit down, and he didn't say anything back to you.
Nah, he was so cool. He was like, "I understand she's getting, like, anxious."
Well, I think he knew exactly who she was to who was fighting.
And after the first round, he's like, I think your friend won that. Like, he's looking good.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was sick.
Right up
Chris,
until...
did I ever tell you why I never had you in my corner, like, after those couple?
No. Well, I never was in your corner. Oh, I wasn't.
Anytime you were, like, a corner, I flew you out, I got knocked out. I was like, there's correlation there.
Oh, it was only twice, though.
I know. How many times have you in my corner?
I wasn't your corner then. We almost did nothing that first fight. We worked out a little bit. I helped you make weight.
Yeah, I know. But anytime I had you... Listen, it's a stupid thing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm confessing to you how my stupid mind works.
Yeah.
I'm like, anytime I have Chris come to my fight, I fly him out, whatever, I get knocked out.
Yeah, I get that. You got to go with superstitions sometimes.
Oh, man. I was like...
Got to try to write
Evens, then the Korean Zombie. Like, fuck. There's got to be something.
It's like, Menace, what happened?
Wait.
Wait.
The 2 hardest hitting people I've ever fought Actually, Brandao hit very hard.
It's like, wait, Menace, what happened out there? It was Wade. Wade was here.
You wanna? Hey, why'd you lose, Chris? I flew Chris Wade out.
Actually, in the Korean Zombie fight, I was arguing with Doc because I wanted you to. I was yelling for you to blitz him to try to finish as soon as you heard him in the beginning, and he was like shushing me and telling me to let you settle in, and I was like, no, his nickname is the Korean Zombie. You don't let the zombie settle in. He'll be fine after this if you let him settle in. Go over his throat right this second. You know?
In all honesty, I couldn't hear anything the corner was saying.
Yeah, I figured that.
I remember hitting him and seeing him go like this, but like still standing strong. I was like,
nah, he stumbled, bro. He was hurt.
I know that. I watched him stumble. That's why I took like 2 hard stabs up to him. I was like,
he was hurt, and he grabbed you on the cage. And
he did.
And you weren't going like, I was like, break free. Like, I just wanted you to go off.
Yes, I remember that.
And he was like telling me, like, don't tell him to do that.
When I wobbled him, I took it nice and easy, slow over to him. Then I watched the replay. I took 2 steps and he grabbed me. I was like, I could have swore I was just like,
he grabbed you.
Got you, motherfucker.
He was hurt.
And even once you rocked him and after you guys separated from that clinch, he started walking you down on skates.
Yeah.
Like he was fucked up. And you did like a bounce, like, oh shit, is he good? Or I thought I caught him. And then you caught him again.
Great. Hang on. I don't know if it's Korean Zombie or Asians in general. They got a great poker face.
They have the same eyes the whole time, yeah.
We're going to get torn down. The Menace Man show's over.
Yeah, that's
Great job, Stan.
That was it.
Nice job.
No, I love Asian people.
Asian America. How many Asian chicks have you ever slept with?
That's a whole story right there.
Oh, so you're not racist?
No, not at all. That's how you can even say I'm not racist. I hook up and try to bang every ethnicity.
I think that's actually a goal for most American men.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like an Arabic, a Native American, Black,
American,
Chinese,
Asian, Dennis.
Greek.
I had a gorgeous Asian chick when I was like 23, and I was living in Florida. Smoke show.
Do you miss her?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever try to message her? Hey, I'm doing this show. We're doing good.
I never hooked up with an Asian girl.
I'm doing this show with the future independent governor of New York, Dennis Bermudez, as well as 2020 presidential candidate, Chris Wade.
No,
so, Chris, I'm dating a half Asian chick. You're missing out.
I'm not old enough for another, like, what do you got to be?
That's so wild. They have to be a certain age to...
You have to be 35 or 40 or something.
Now we got something to protest about, Menace. That's discrimination. We're throwing a party, Wade, next month. And that's our cause, is we need to lower the...
Oh, Chris.
Lower the age that you can run for president.
We are. So, some of those bombs you bought, bring them over. Bring over 1, actually. We can only probably afford 1.
You want a mortar?
Yeah, just 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a tent, maybe in August. Just because, you know.
Do we invite Rich Schaffer to our protest?
I think you guys should leave Rich alone. Put him in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I leave Rich alone right now because I know where I'm at right now.
Well, you know, honestly, the real reason why I call him, like, what's the difference between 25% capacity and 50 and 100?
And we forgot to ask him that. He was going at one point, and I just let him go.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, Menace had that question, like, what is...
Yeah, I actually had it in the fucking shotgun loaded.
I had it loaded. And I didn't want to cut him off. I was like, just keep going, Rich.
Yeah, he was going. He was going.
You're doing good, Rich. Keep going.
I mean, he gave us great information, I feel.
Yeah. I'll have to listen back. But I definitely feel like there was some good ones in there. But here, let's go UFC 251. We'll start with Volkan. We'll go for 1, 2. We'll go for a 6-fight parlay right now. Is what we're going for. The rest of the card is kind of, not your most known guys. So you're gonna kind of have to do your own research. There's some competitive fights, a couple of undefeated guys, a couple guys on winning streaks, but we're gonna go for the feature fight on the prelims: Volkan Ozdemir versus Jiri Prochazka.
I'm pulling the card up right now, but I'm gonna take Volkan all day there.
Yeah, we got Volkan is minus 160.
Mm-hmm.
Jiri is plus 140.
Yeah, that's
Casey's gonna join us. Kyle Cerminara.
Joining us right now.
Soon.
Possibly.
I gotta get off soon. Anyway, I have only a few more minutes.
Okay.
So
we're going Ozdemir on that one, I believe, right?
Oh yeah,
I got
160. That might be a straight bet too.
All right, Amanda Ribas versus Paige Van Zandt.
This is baffling to me. Ribas is minus 1,000.
Ribas, yeah,
and Paige Van Zandt is plus 650.
Paige is
Paige is the underdog, big time,
big underdog.
$100 wins you $650 if she won.
So Stan, tell us why.
Yeah, what's his scoop on Ribas? What's up?
Ribas is a badass. She beat Mackenzie Dern. She's tough. I think she's 10-1 and
9-1. She's 9-1.
And Paige hasn't fought since the last night. Dennis fought, so January 2019. And even Paige, this is her last fight on her deal. She's like fighting out her contract.
Right, I did know that. I saw that.
And I think stylistically, Ribas is a tough matchup for her.
Okay, and because why? Takedowns? What's the deal?
Striking and jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I think the odds makers probably see a better striker as well as a better grappler.
See, but if I have to look at the odds here, I mean, maybe I'm not going to put it in a parlay because I don't want to ruin it, but if I'm making a straight bet, I'm going to pick Van Zandt all day because I'm not laying out a G to win $100. Just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
I'd rather take 50 for Paige to win 325.
Well, you put Ribas in a parlay.
I wouldn't because it's just not going to move your number that much because it's minus 1,000. So heavy that you're not going to get that much at it. Maybe you win an extra $25 if she wins. Like, is it really worth it if she lost? If you're on, and that's on like $1,000 win. You would get if you added.
So to make $100, how much you got to throw on Paige?
To make 100?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
So I'm all about making just $100.
She's plus 650.
Get your calculator out. You don't sit. Do you sit with your calculator out when you're running numbers, or you just this much money?
Sometimes, but the programs will do it for you a lot of the time.
Have you guys ever seen that movie?
$6.50 will win you 100, I believe.
Wait, what?
On Paige.
Yeah. On Paige, yeah, will win you.
So if I put $10 on Paige,
I think if that's the math is correct. If it's not, forgive me. But I don't believe it's 65 to win 100 because that would only make her like a 2-1 underdog.
No, she's plus 650, so that would be
So $6.50 would win you 100 or not? How does that work? Dennis wants to know
give me 20 on Paige. Give me 20 on Paige. Straight bet. Whatever.
Yeah. No.
She's a fucking tough bitch.
Think about it this way, Dennis.
I think all odds are based off 100. So
100 wins you 650, right? So 50 would win you 3.25.
She's a 6.5 to 1 underdog, basically.
25 would win you 175, right? And then less than that, maybe it's $16.50 would win you 100.
I don't care.
Wait. Have you guys ever seen that movie, She's Out of My League?
Yes.
With the little skinny guy and the hot blonde chick. And then when she comes to the house and he's like, oh, you can just come in the pool in your underwear. And then she's like, I'm not wearing any underwear. And then they're sitting at dinner, and the brother's like, "Hey, Dad, did you need help with, the thing? Fuck it, I'm just gonna ask. I'm having one of those moments right now." So Chris Wade, I'm just gonna ask. A Puerto Rican birdie once told me you and Paige Van Zandt had some vibes going each way.
Oh my God. I wonder who that guy was. Oh, he's spinning around.
One of my Latino friends.
I mean, he was watching from the side, so I don't know. But
I wasn't in the ball game. Whoever that guy was.
You'd have to ask her that.
Ooh, she's married now, so
yeah, you're not gonna get that answer. But
from her or from you?
From her.
What about from you?
I'm saying I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for her. I don't know. Everybody was having a pretty good time.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Just I've heard some things.
And that was way back in the day.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go. I'm gonna lean towards Paige Van Zandt just because I like the odds. But
same here.
That's almost the fight where if I I'll do two parlays, and I'll do one with Paige on it, and then I'll do another one where I leave that fight off.
Right.
Can you give me who's beat Paige Van Zandt? I know she's been beat a few times, but
I might have to mute you for just a second. My daughter's just got back, so
all right,
no problem. Stan, who's beat her?
Who's beat who? Paige?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Paige is 8-4, so
Nami Yunus beat her.
Yeah, Nami Yunus definitely did beat
Which
her.
I'm taking,
Nami Yunus then went on to be champion.
Right.
Yeah, look that up. I'm interested. Who else beat her?
Tisha Torres.
Okay.
Michelle Watterson. And Jessica Rose Clark.
Oh, really?
Stop.
That corn is in the refrigerator.
So of all those people,
Yeah,
who does Ribas beat,
no,
though?
I'm done.
You done? What they painted?
White dove.
A white dove.
Like, can Ribas beat, Karate Hottie? Can Ribas beat Stan?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, remember, Ribas is the one who fought Mackenzie Dern, and you were like Mackenzie Dern all day. Then I was like, Mackenzie Dern just had a baby 2 months ago, and you were like,
I mean, that's real though.
Oh, 100%. And then you were like, oh, Ribas all day. Ribas is 26. They're both 26. Ribas' only loss is to Poliano Viana.
I tell you what, man, to throw money on Paige is definitely worth it.
Yeah, even if it's...
Because every time Paige fights, she's fucking feisty.
Tell you what, just talking about this right now, let's go $250 on her. Just straight up.
On Paige.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just to stick it to the man. Get that last win on the last fight of the deal. Show everybody she's not done,
And even that, because of injuries and shit.
She's got a lot to fight for, man.
She said
motivated.
She's on the same deal from when she was 21. You know who just hopped into this chat? Frank Hickman.
I sent him the how you doing.
He's awake. It must be 1 a.m.
Is it?
It might be. I believe it is.
Send him in here. I'll take him. Chris, I wrestled with George Hickman in college. Frank Hickman is his younger brother. We were on the same wrestling team. He works with I'm drawing a blank here.
Adesanya, Volkanovski, Valentina, Petr Yan.
He worked with them?
He does. Tiger Muay Thai.
This weekend, he will be in, I believe, Petr Yan.
He's in Abu Dhabi right now, no?
It says he's joining. He's in Abu Dhabi. Who knows what the Wi-Fi is like there?
Yeah, probably shit.
It's probably a sandstorm or something going on.
They got a ton of money over there, though.
Yeah, but how good's the internet? Because it's failing us right now.
Well, whatever. What were we talking about again?
we were talking about dropping some money on Paige.
Yeah, man. You know, like you heard, Stan. That's my girl, so I'm gonna throw money.
I like that.
I mean, I'm not the same money as Chris. I gotta go $100 less than Chris.
So Wade, you know how I pick fights usually?
Yeah.
Which one's hotter?
You're talking about a guy fight?
Yeah, he goes over the hotter guy.
Oh
too.
my God, Dennis! Like, so you know how Dennis picks guy fights he doesn't know? Let me see his chest. All right.
There's something to be said there, right?
And then he'll be like, all right. Let me see his haircut. Okay. We got a real science going here, Wade.
Yeah.
And if I see a guy,
I'm trying to put a little more behind it than that she's hot. You know, I'm telling you, she's motivated. She's coming off injuries. She's fighting her last fight out. So
all these things are true.
I'm bringing all of it.
Is Frank in now?
Frank Hickman is in.
Frank,
What's going on?
what's up, big dog?
Con, I just woke up. Literally, it's 3:52 in the morning.
3:52.
Yeah.
So you're
Holy shit! We were trying to get you before you went to bed.
your sleep's probably all fucked up.
Nah, just today's the first morning we're just getting up like extra early, like 3 hours before Alex fights to try to like adjust to the time. So like
I told you, Menace. I saw Alex posted that.
Yeah.
What time do you guys actually have to fight at?
I'd say he'll probably fight around 6:37
a.m.
Yeah.
Your time.
Yeah, my time.
Damn. So for us here on the East Coast, it's like
10:50.
Look, anything to help out the Dennis Bermuda show, you know that.
Yes, I like that.
Frank.
So I set my alarm for 3:45. I woke up to a message from you. You gave me the typical bullshit answer of "Big dog, just jump in," like you send everybody. just your normal like hop in, waiting on you, which I saw last time. So, yeah, man, I
love it. What up? Hang on. What other guy would send you that same text?
Hop in.
Hey, waiting on you. And Frank, we weren't waiting on you, but I knew that's what you wanted to see. Waiting on you, big dog. Get in here.
You sold me on it. You sold me the dream.
Like we started the show, we've been dragging on, waiting for you.
Oh man, what's been going on? What's up?
Well, we're talking about how the Redskins are on the Redskins. We're talking about what else, Chris? Chris Wade, New York State champion.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, C Wade? How you doing, brother? Good.
Oh, you know about C Wade. You've been following me. You know, that's my guy.
Yeah, he's a New York guy.
Yeah. Oh, my guy was supposed to fight your guy a long time ago.
Tumanov.
Who's that? Who's the first Russian?
Marabek Tumanov.
Is that him?
Who? I muted myself for a second.
Oh.
What happened?
Wade, you almost fought Tumanov.
Tysimov.
Who was training over there?
Tysimov. Yeah.
Tysimov. Yeah.
Oh, he got the real bad connection, huh?
Is he still?
Shit.
Nope. I think we almost have him back. They got all that money in Abu Dhabi.
But they got no internet.
No internet.
Not many hotels have good internet.
What fight are we on next?
Next is Namajunas and Andrade.
So here, Frank, if it's not too much trouble, can you turn your phone sideways? Perfect.
Okay, yeah. Like this.
Yep, like that.
You're muted, bro.
No, he's not.
Hey, it says it's muted. Oh, okay, bro.
Yeah.
So yes, now we've had George Hickman on the show. Now we finally have Frank Hickman on the show.
Frank, I couldn't tell George, but I said, hey, Frank's a little more animated. He's a little bit better wrestler.
A little bit more calculated. He usually goes on everything first, and then I'm the scraps, which I'm okay with. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, Dennis.
But hang on. I was telling Stan too.
Dennis, I'd rather deal with your boy who runs the show than this. You know what I mean? You know how you'd rather have George on. I'd rather chat with the other fella. You know what I mean?
Fuck off.
Yo, one of the best things when we had George on. Wait. When we had George on and Dennis was like, Frank. He was like, it's George, dick.
Sounds about right.
Frank, I almost fist fought your brother. I beat him in the sprint. You know.
Did he? Well, that's not saying much if you beat George in a sprint because he had 2 left feet. So I mean, to say.
Well, no, actually, that's a lie. I was just. You know how in the wrestling room, you just don't have your day, and another guy does. I was having my day, and George wasn't, and I was just on him, like, and you know how I am. It's this. He reached for a fucking water bottle, grabbed it, and tried to hit me on his back with it. And
Sounds about something you do.
Anyway, hey, you ain't never had to do that. But I watched him throw on, PJ Barch. He almost knocked out PJ Barch.
PJ Barch is talented.
Now he is.
Yeah, I thought, but I thought he was pretty good.
Chris, you know who PJ Barch is?
No, I don't.
He's a 10th planet, like, jiu-jitsu phenom now. Okay. He wrestled with me and George.
I think he was he was a practice room guy at Bloomsburg. Now he's a
He never made the starting lineup.
Now he was
a starting lineup if, like, someone got hurt.
Now he's a badass jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, sick.
Wait, let's clear the air a bit. I think he just had other He had other prerogatives of what he really wanted to do. He was very talented, but he just he lived the party life a bit.
He liked to have a good time.
Yeah, he'd like to have a good. You can't blame the guy, but it eventually backfired on him in the long run.
Back the fuck up.
Well, even Menace.
You could like pussy. You could like going out and drinking, but you like getting your ass kicked.
You told me, Menace, that he didn't get along with Stutz.
Yeah, because he'd be out, like, partying. But, like, hang on. For me, personally, if I don't get my shit pushed in, hang on. What's going to change here? All right. Obviously, I'm tired because I'm out till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Fine. Are you, like, watching her because I'm on this thing?
And even that, Stutz was your coach too, right, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, So I love Stutz to death, but he ran his program a certain way, and if you didn't oblige by it, then it was always just like he didn't write you off, but it was just like, "Oh, get this dude out of here," and I'm like, yeah, but he didn't do nothing wrong.
Hang on, except for one person, Frank. Except for one person. Who's the one person? Matt Moley. 2, 3-time All-American. Hey, how you feeling, big dog? Little worn down. Hey, Matt, sit down. You're good.
All right.
Take the morning off.
And
Coach, I'm a little tired. Dennis, you're a goer. Keep going. I'm like, oh, man.
Another fight that we can throw it back to that I just now am realizing is Rulian Pavia is one of your guys too, right? Frank?
I don't know who Rulian Pavia is.
Well, who?
No, that's not his guy.
I thought that was one of your guys, Rulian Pava.
Nah.
Don't you have some?
How many guys you got fighting this weekend?
Alex and Petr Yan, and then next weekend on the 18th is Rafael Ottoman.
That's all right. That was my confusion.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Justin Tafel fights on the 25th.
So you're there for like the month.
Yeah, I'm here for the long haul.
He moved.
Yeah, for free. Look at this man, Frank. Your hair looks pretty good, dude. I'll give that to you.
You're the better. You're definitely the better looking brother. No homo.
Oh, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, boys.
So here, Menace, I have Cerm now in the waiting room as well. So we'll have.
Bring him in. Yo, Frank knows who Kyle Cerminara is.
Oh, never mind. Cerm just disappeared.
He probably sees there's 4 of us already. He's like, get out of here.
No, I think.
Yeah, it's exactly what he probably hears Dennis just talking about complete fucking nonsense, and he's just like, "Oh, I'll just wait."
Yeah.
No. He's
Dennis
back.
completely derailed the fight picks to talk about like his work ethic at Bloomsburg.
KC.
Yo.
Frank, do you remember KC?
I remember him. I don't know if I know him, but I remember him. Yeah.
So, Kyle, we got on younger brother who's at Tiger Muay Thai too. Whoa, we can't hear you, big dog.
He just doesn't want to talk to you, Dennis.
Maybe.
Can't blame him, right?
I can hear you now a little bit. You're a little bit light.
That's weird.
Oh, there you go.
There he
You're
is.
good.
Okay, I'm here.
Man,
Hey there.
we're just shooting the shit. I don't know, a little bit.
Yeah, Dennis is just
Yeah, fight,
derailing the fight talk.
Sorry.
What? Fight talk?
He's
Yeah.
derailing it with like Bloomsburg wrestling,
Oh, yeah.
work ethic.
Typical Dennis.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Frank, you fuck.
Like
I'm gonna post it.
Menace is like, I almost fought your brother. I would fight PJ
Yeah.
March. I'll fight everyone in this room. That's Menace right now.
He's just getting excited. Hey, he's just,
Wrestle with Kyle. I've fucking fought Chris Wade. All right, real quick.
What are you, drunk, Dennis?
Go ahead.
He might be.
Are you
What?
guys drinking?
I'm not. I think they are.
We always drink some Grey South Bay on Menace and the Man.
Sponsor.
Oh.
Can you
No,
turn,
it takes Dennis about 3 cans until
can
he
you
starts
turn your
floating.
phone? Turn your phone, Kyle. There we go.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stan, run through the card. We'll get everyone's picks and we'll move forward.
But wait, one of the best things, Wade, you'll appreciate this. We had Cerm in studio with us. We tried to do like a beer promo, and we gave him the beer. He's like, I would never drink this like on a normal day. He's like, I would drink this maybe like some other, like I wouldn't really drink this.
Why are you bringing that up again? I didn't mean that.
Well, here, even that, sir. I don't edit shit out of the show. I edited that for you because you were like, "Yo, edit that out."
Can I edit it again, Stan?
No,
Oh, okay.
he then, he tasted some more.
Hey,
of the
wait.
beer. It grew
Yo.
on him.
Are you? What are you doing tomorrow?
I am gonna kickbox at like 1:30. I'm gonna go drill and spar. Belmont.
Doing a Fire Island trip in the morning.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go again later this week, Thursday or Friday, or?
Yeah, maybe.
What is that noise?
I'm trying to get my coffee going, but it ain't working, eh?
What's Fight Island for you, sir?
Wait, what's that?
What's Fight Island?
Fight Island's where they're doing the fights, right?
Didn't you just say you're doing a Fight Island trip? Is that what you just said?
No, we're going to Fire Island.
Fire
Island.
Fire Island.
Yeah, Fire Island. What's Fire Island to you? Yeah, me and Kyle have this little place we drive to.
Yeah, we go
with the
we
boat.
go fight
Great.
each other.
We have Kumite there.
That's what I thought for a second.
No.
Now,
No,
later
fighting.
in the week, I'll be good. I just already set up working out tomorrow.
All right. Well, maybe Thursday's nice.
All right.
Chris, you should go to Kyle's garage, work out, and then go over.
Well, if he's doing kickboxing, no kickboxing.
And now, where's Katlyn right now, sir?
In the kitchen.
You want to come on the show?
Yeah, she's jumping in.
Oh, shit! Yeah! Holy shit!
You guys better get on a topic or something.
Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna
go on, Stan. Talk about the fights.
We're gonna go UFC 251. We figured we just go the main card and then we do almost a 6-fight parlay. So we started with Volkan Ozdemir versus Jerry Perakzak.
I don't know
I got
who
Oak.
either of them are.
Yeah, We're going Ozdemir because we don't know the other guy.
Same.
And then
I don't know who any of them are. They're all weirdos.
So we went, me, Wade, and Dennis went a little bit into Amanda Ribas versus Paige Van Zandt.
That girl's good. Amanda Ribas is good.
She's a beast.
She's good.
Oh, she's minus 1,000.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Like, I can't.
That's still a good bet.
I think let's sing it. Let's send it to the female fighting expert, Caitlin.
She fucked up that good girl, Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah,
Right.
but Mackenzie just rushed back from having a baby.
That is true.
Nah, she was better now that she had the baby. Before she was all fat. Now she's in sick shape.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
No, she did rush back. She did rush to that fight.
she had the baby and then fought that girl 9 weeks later or some crazy shit.
Yeah, it was quick. I do remember that.
Can't do that.
I can't imagine that Paige will beat her, though. I think that girl's pretty good.
I will
Yeah,
say,
but for the odds, Kyle, you wouldn't throw $20 at that?
I never bet on, it's so unusual for, a 1,000 to 1 underdog to win. Maybe $20 maybe, but
I think the odds they shouldn't be that much. They should maybe be 2 to 1. There's
Yeah, but
6.5
so,
to
so
1.
for example, Stan, who has she beaten?
Ribas
Mackenzie Dern, that's it.
and Randa Marcos.
those are both good. They're both pretty good.
Randa Marcos.
Yeah,
is
but I
solid.
think Paige is in it with both those girls.
Yeah.
Not with Mackenzie
I think
Dern.
Paige always everyone's oh, she's not that good. She kind of sucks, and then she does pretty good. She's pretty scrappy.
I agree.
So
I'm going to do 100, I think, just because I think she, like I said, she's going to be a free agent.
Caitlin, how good is Emily Whitmere?
She sucks.
So she beat Emily Whitmere, Mackenzie Dern, and Randa Marcos.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that Emily Whitmire, I'm always why is she has such a bad, what's her record in the UFC? It's not very good.
This girl fights here?
Her record's awful, and I'm always how is this girl not cut yet?
She's 4-3.
Oh, it's actually not that bad.
I think that Randa Marcos, though, is a
It's above
top
50.
10 gatekeeper.
Randa Marcos is as scrappy as it comes.
She's scrappy.
Oh, she's a great gatekeeper.
She's a top 10 gatekeeper.
And even her, you don't finish Randa Marcos. She's
No.
10-8 with 7
she did
decisions.
pretty well against Claudia Gadea.
Yeah.
She's
Right.
tough.
All right. So we're going Rebus in that one.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, if I
Hey,
had.
I think she's going to win, but I'm going to put my money on.
If you're doing a parlay, definitely Revis. If you're doing a small bet, then maybe take the
No.
odds.
in a parlay, she doesn't pay out, right, Chris?
I don't know. I don't think it would add that much, right, Kyle? A little bit.
Well,
Nah, negative
No.
1,000 won't. It'll actually fuck
It
your
won't add
parlay up.
anything, but at least it's another win if you want to do a 5-fight parlay.
Right.
Yeah, but a $20 win.
The bonus. I know what he's saying. He's saying if you stack it up higher, it can help it.
Got you, for sure.
Dennis loves his little $20 bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that
Well,
much money, so I try to just say.
I haven't made a bet on a fight since September, so I'm not going to do that.
But
What fight was that?
I got smoked on Aaron Pico as an 11 to 1 favorite. Never bet again.
and he
We just had
lost.
him on last week.
Did you just say I'll never bet again before you took that sip of coffee?
Yeah, I haven't bet since September.
What? Why? Pico lost that fight.
He was an 11 to 1 favorite when he lost.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hurts.
Bro, I didn't realize when we had Pico on, I didn't realize he's still only 23.
Yeah, he's young. No, he's great, and I loaded up on him and I got smoked
Twice.
twice.
You took him when the other guy beat him too, when he got choked or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, well, no, he lost 3 times. On 2 of the knockouts, I took him,
Ah,
and
And
I
he
was like, it's not going to happen again.
It did.
Well, even the
I
Bor.
still am a Pico fan, though. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's a good dude. But even the Borix fight, I thought that was Borix all day. That dude's a killer.
Yeah, I've spun with
That's
that guy.
that's the guy with the good knees.
Yeah.
Chris, you
Yeah.
ever sport with Borix?
Henry's dude, right?
Yeah. I've been down to a young guy. I'm like,
He got finished by someone though recently. Who finished him?
No, Borix is still undefeated, I think.
No, he got
Caldwell.
finished.
no,
Choked out.
Caldwell.
Caldwell finished him real quick.
Oh, yeah. Caldwell did.
Don't tell me, Stan.
I thought he was still undefeated.
Frank was all over that shit.
I don't watch Bellator like that.
Frank,
I like
wrestling guys are your main guys to watch, right?
No, I mean, I don't know. Like, Caldwell is someone who I kind of keep an eye on a little. I knew
Frank's a huge wrestling. Frank, you still watch all college wrestling, right?
Yeah. Depends on who it is, but yeah, for the most part, I always back the wrestler.
Yeah, but you're watching the Big Tens and shit like that, right?
Yeah, I used to watch all that. Not in Thailand anymore because you can't really watch it. But for the most part, yeah, I try to stay up to date on all that shit, but it's hard.
But wow, I can't believe Caldwell beat Borix.
Yeah, I told you that. It was like 30 seconds. He took him down and strangled him.
Yeah, rear naked choked him.
Mm-hmm.
So now we'll go from Rebus Van Zant to Jessica Andrade versus Rose Namajunas.
Rose. I got Rose.
Rose.
Yeah, I'll take Rose.
Yeah, me too.
As long as she,
I don't see her getting slammed on her head again like that.
As long as she, lets go of the Kimura.
Rose impresses me so much
mentally,
but Rose retired somewhat before this fight,
so mentally she might not be the same.
Yeah,
I feel like she's not. I feel like skill wise she's a safe bet, but like mentally she's like. I feel like she's like hot or cold.
And Jessica Andrade plays no games.
Just to put it in perspective, though, how good Rose is. Wei Lee, they're saying, is like amazing, the greatest thing ever. Beat barely, very controversial win over Johanna. Rose dominated Johanna 7 rounds.
Twice. Yeah.
No, 7 rounds.
Oh,
finished her and then 5-round decision.
So I know Frank, I know Kyle, and I know Stan too. Like after a loss, you're like, fuck this shit. I'm done with it. I'm gonna retire. At least me personally. I don't know if you guys say the same. So after Rose lost, she's like, I think I'm done. I get her mind thought on all that.
Rose said the pressure got to her of being a champion.
Yeah. She said she didn't like what came along with it and stuff like that. But I think,
she's great. She's great.
Well, she's still in the game for a reason, right?
100%. You've just been with her for like 7 hours.
And she's
really good.
She's still young, Rose. I think she's 28. Yes.
Damn, she's young.
Damn.
All right. So we're all going Rose there. We don't care about Brazilians.
Whoa, Stan, trying to get the show shut down?
It was a joke. It was a joke. So now, Frank's boy, Petr Yan versus Jose Aldo for the vacant bantamweight championship.
Frank, tell us what you know.
I got Petr Yan.
Yeah, me too.
I'm backing my boy.
Frank, is Petr Yan like a real gangster?
I used to be a debt collector when he was, I believe, when he was younger, a bit younger. But nah, man, he's just, I don't know. He's just funny. He's just different. Russians are different. You know how they are. They don't really have that much sense of humor. But
so how are you guys friends?
Because he started at Tiger, and then when I moved to Tiger over 3 years ago, he always came to the wrestling classes, and then we've always worked out together. And as far as wrestling goes and stuff like that, and he.
But at first, you were beating him. Like you still beat him, right?
Yeah, but man,
so that's where the respect comes from.
Yeah.
And you can build a friendship off that. Like, Kyle, anybody you've ever had a hard go with, you're like, you know what? Like, he's a fucking dude. That guy's a fucking elite. He's at my level in some aspect. We can be friends.
Yeah.
Nah, man. He's real crafty. And
I don't know about friends, Dennis.
That's not true.
Okay. All right, friends.
You gotta fuck me up in training. I mean, I respect him, but I'm not friends.
That's big. Fuck this guy.
I only have a couple friends.
All right, whatever. So, Frank, are you guys friends or are you just train together? You're a tool for him.
Nah, we're friends. I wouldn't say like we hang out because we don't hang out like outside of
Okay.
the family and that. But
Can I ask you
know,
a question about Tiger Muay Thai?
Yeah.
When the fighters train there and stuff and they do their camps there, does USADA come?
Who? Yeah.
They do? Okay.
Yeah. USADA came for Peter. They came like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
They did him 3 days in a row. They did Rafael 2 days in a row. But no, they have people that they send over and stuff like that.
That was it.
What's that?
Just 2 or 3 days in a row, and then that's it.
Nah, just the one time they showed for Peter, they showed up 3 days in a row for him, so he tested 3 different times.
Yeah.
Rafael tested 2 days in a row, and then whether they come back.
I'm like, who's like, if we go there, I was like, how, because they get people that live there to test. It's just,
it's like who's testing the guys?
Yeah, but Americans don't get killed for going to Thailand.
No.
That's what I'm saying. They don't.
But it's not like, I can see it. It's not like some badass guy is going, hey, I'm here to test you. It's probably a fucking dork who wants to.
Well, like here, the people that test us live in New York. They're just random people that live here, like live in your state.
Are they Thailand people is what she's asking, or are they like Americans that go there for the day to test them?
Nah, they're like Thai people. They have a company they work with in Thailand that does it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you can pay them like $50 and they'll pee in the cup for you.
Nah, I don't think you could pay these people.
That's what I would say. Like in Brazil, like it's Brazilians that work for USADA there in that test zone.
Yeah, but USADA stands for United States Doping Agency.
Anti-doping.
Whatever.
Dennis.
Same shit.
So does anyone say Aldo for this fight, or is
I think Aldo's gonna get fucked up.
I would even look into finish props too.
Oh wow!
Wow.
The only time I think Petr Yan had even a sort of competitive fight was against Jimmy.
Yeah.
And it was not like that competitive, but it was sort of competitive.
And they like 2 of the 3 rounds. Jimmy won the 3rd round, I thought. But
you dropped him though a couple times.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds were close, and then Yan rocked his whole shit.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna go New York on Frank right now. Should Aldo be the one
lower it a little
fighting Yan for the title?
You laid alligator.
Sure. I think Aldo definitely has a very impressive resume, but yeah, I think it's just how it kind of
followers.
What? Are you asking me?
No, followers is why Aldo's fighting.
Nah, I think
he's got 2 million followers.
Well, I think it was because he was supposed to fight Cejudo, and then that
the dude's 0-1 at 135.
And he's actually lost back-to-back fights. He's on a 2-fight skid. This will be 3 in a row.
Now he's fighting for. He's gonna get beat up by Petr Yan, where Aljamain is like, he's on like a streak right now. Right?
I think 4 in a row, Aljamain.
You just asked me, and I think what happened was he was gonna fight Cejudo, and then that fell through. So then Cejudo fought Cruz, but it still left Aldo out to the side, and then that's when they teed this up. So, but to answer your question, Aldo definitely deserves a title shot. You know what I mean? He's got an impressive win streak. He's doing really well in the division. But I think just with some unfortunate events and with this coming up, this is how it fell. And that's just that is it is. But to be fair, he has lost a couple in a row. But in my opinion, he's
a bad motherfucker for sure.
I think when Aldo fought Moraes, I thought Aldo won that fight, and I didn't really think it was I didn't even really think, like, when they said split decision, I was like, oh, well, they gave him a split, and then they gave it to the other one, and I was like,
is that blurry for everybody?
Yeah. Hold on. We lost for a second there, Frank. Yep. We lost for a second there, Frank.
Oh, he's completely frozen, huh?
Nice job, Menace. No, he's in Abu Dhabi right now.
UFC's trying to stop him to say what he's saying.
You think?
I mean, hey, who knows?
So then what? The main event?
No, the other fight is Max Volkanovski.
I really want Max to win, but I think Volkanovski has his number.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
You got to turn your phone again, Frank.
You're fucking killing these thumbs.
There you go. I think Volkanovski wins this one.
Yeah.
Katlyn, who do you think?
Not Max, the other guy, Volkanovski.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want Max to win, but I don't think it's going to be very close.
No. I think you've seen it in fighting a few times where, like, if the first fight's close, the guy who won the first fight wins the second fight more impressively.
Yeah.
Is what I could see happening here. Max.
Well, I wouldn't say the first fight was close. It was competitive, but not close, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't find it to be that close, to tell you the
It
truth.
was competitive, but not close.
I thought Alex clearly won, but Max thought it was close. Max thought he won the fight.
Yeah, but he was like one of the few, I feel like, that felt that way.
Yeah. And then his excuse was that he was dancing that night, that the leg kicks didn't do nothing.
Yeah, well.
Volkanovski's minus 220, so.
Yes, Max is plus 185.
Holy shit. Sorry, can I just... So, like I said earlier, Stan, I was soaking my feet, right? So I tried to go rip to the bathroom real quick. I went around the corner, wiped out bad. Like, did you hear the... Oh! Like, I was ripping around the tiles. I didn't put my sandals on. I just started ripping around the corner and it's fucking... banana uphill, bad. Right. I got Volt.
I feel like part of the show is just Dennis is wasted. That's like part of the show now.
Yeah.
This episode, anyway.
Great show. I got a 6-pack right here, done. Completely smoked.
You should shotgun a beer.
Yeah, shotgun a beer.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna end the episode, right, Stan? Or should we do it now? If other show members are gonna do it with us, we can all do it. Is that real or?
Wait, I thought you'd be more tan. I haven't seen you.
He's in the sun every day, right?
Yeah, but I'm way more tan.
You look tan.
Well, are you more
I feel like the camera's not doing me any justice right now.
Wade's
I
got
feel like you'd be a lot more tan.
Wade's got really good lighting, is what it is.
You gotta see me in person, bro.
Look how pale Stan is.
Yeah, but I
am
expect
pale.
Wade to be more tan.
I don't go outside. So, we're all going Volkanovski.
You just get a little darker than me, like, no matter what.
Cheers, boys. Put in a lot of time.
Man, for me, it makes me look better if Max wins. There's a piece of me going, go Max.
I want Max to win too, but I don't think you will.
And we have another way we pick fights here, Wade, is if you've come on Menace and the Man, we're going with you.
Yeah, so Volkanovski, got that all day.
So, Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal.
I got Kamaru.
Yeah, I got Usman.
Yes.
Yeah, I got Marty as well.
You think he wrestles it? Like, plays it smart? Or do you think he gets in, like, a pissing contest with him?
That's the only way he loses.
I think he'll do, like, kind of like, I think it's going to be similar to, I think he maybe even finish him.
I think he surprises Masvidal, catches him with a big right hand, and then wrestle fucks him.
I agree. Yeah, I think that he's gonna get him real tired by around the fourth and finish him in the fourth.
Because even that Usman, he's not bad at striking. His striking's really fucking good.
Very good, and I think it's just size.
He's awesome with his distance.
He's a bigger person, quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
But Masvidal is a plus 260 underdog, so that's a nice bet. if you're looking to place some money on it.
So Usman's like minus 300?
Minus 320.
Wow. 300 on ESPN.
Wow, that's really heavy.
And something that Dennis told me one day, how like he scouts his opponents, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting take. Not like, don't watch their wins, watch their losses, and see how they've been beaten before. And if you look at
your number one guess,
Pablo,
who is Usman's one loss to?
some guy early in his career, I think got rear naked choked in like his second fight.
Oh, really?
And even Usman's 12-0 in the UFC. But a fight that I'm going to use as an example is Gilbert Melendez. Wrestle fucked and beat up Usman at 155. I mean, beat up Masvidal.
I think Masvidal's gotten better since then, probably, right? I mean, that's probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah, 9 years ago. Definitely gotten better, but... And then since then, he's had close decisions, but Benson Henderson kind of did the same thing to him.
What did Al do when Al beat him?
Very controversial.
That was like
it was actually 2-1.
Like
go down. I forgot.
It was striking or wrestling?
booed Al
Striking.
for winning.
Yeah, he was like, "You want to boo me?"
Yeah.
oh, that was that fight.
Yeah.
While we
I
have
don't remember.
real quick, I wanna talk about a couple other gentlemen that are fighting. Like Frank, you wrestle with both Petr and Volkanovski. Who's the better wrestler?
I think they're both good. I think Petr Yan's faster. He's like more athletic in that. He reminds me of like he's just real athletic, and he's faster. He picks up things better. But as far as I think like wrestling in that, I'd say Alex is.
Oh, word?
Isn't Alex like
Alex,
they say like impossible to keep down?
he's hard to keep down. He's not impossible to keep down, but he's real hard to keep down because his they both have really good gas tanks, but Alex is strong as well, and he's just always up and he's up and he's up and he's up and he's up.
But
And it's
wrestling
kind of one of
in
those.
that fight.
It's kind of one of those things where you just like, mate, stop moving so much. Like you're not supposed to be moving this much. But man, he just wants to get away and shit like that.
People
But
have
they're both-
told me that through my career, and I'm like,
Dennis, shut up.
I knew you were gonna go.
Shut up. Nah, I'm fucking with you. No. Yeah, they're both different in their own ways. I think Petr, like I said, is just, when you see those real athletic white kids and you're like, man, like that dude's athletic and he's a white dude. That's how Petr is. He's just
You're one of those guys, you fuck.
Peter's just a really athletic white dude, and yeah, he can get away with certain stuff. He scrambles really, really well, and he hits I show him like a high crotch. He can hit a high crotch better than most of the people I went to college with. Like he's, you know what I mean? When it comes to certain stuff, he's really good, and he's real crafty. So it's good to watch him.
He's focused. Like when you're showing him, he's not like He's like.
He's not like you. He just turns it into his own move after about 3 minutes. And does
yeah. I've dialed in on so much shit for so long. Fuck you, Chris.
I like it. I like when everybody just starts cooking old Dennis. Hey, makes me feel good.
Well, that's why I brought all you motherfuckers on the show. Let's have a roast.
Caitlin, those glasses look like they're like a thing that's on the screen.
Yeah, they're actually my blue light glasses.
Oh,
I got some of those. Where are they?
Mine are all upstairs.
It looks like a filter.
Oh my god!
These are blue light glasses.
Don't get Menace started. We had one episode where he put on like 6 different pairs.
Fuck you, Stan.
My first time wearing them.
They're awesome, right? You feel like a little smarter.
What do they do?
They protect you.
Wait.
Every
Screen
you look at gives off blue light, which is kind of like daylight, and it fucks with your brain a little bit in terms of it keeps you stimulated. So she's blocking that, so she'll be able to fall asleep a little quicker than you.
That's probably I should do that.
At night when I watch movies and I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought they looked cute.
You wear them too, Wade?
For gaming.
Oh, for gaming.
Yarr.
Oh, Wade's in the Blue Blocker gang as well?
Yeah.
Well, he plays video games with me. If you don't think I'm going to get on some Call of Duty
He
after
actually
this,
is the one that convinced me to order them. I got them on Amazon. I don't really find them to help me very much, but
well, you get very emotionally involved in the game, Chris. That's why. Use them watching a fucking movie. That you're not like.
All right. So
Hey,
real
wait,
quick.
what kind of grill is your built-in?
ECS?
Is it real good? You like it?
I like it a lot. I got it at Plesser's in Babylon.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's a good store.
What's that? Barbecues?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't like the highest end one, but
How many inches is it?
Frank, if you feel like you got to leave at any time, you totally.
No, I want to hear about I was interested in the blue lens glasses because I know some people who wear them, and I want to know, are they complete shit, or do you think the blue lens actually like does something? Is there like a benefit
might
to
be
it?
a placebo effect, and I'm into it.
I didn't expect to notice anything, and I don't know. I just thought they looked cute, and they were
I
like.
put them on when I'm watching a movie and I'm ready to go to sleep, and then as I'm
I
like
didn't know they help
dozing
you.
off, I take them off and fucking pass out.
I thought they just said blue, like the computer screen and your phone and stuff is like
Yeah.
damp your eyes. So it's, I don't know.
So the ones that got sponsored to me, because I don't know how, they're like, these are like $70, like my other ones or whatever. And then I went online, I bought them on Google for like $20, like a 2-pair.
Yeah.
A two-pair, a two-pack.
Well, hang on, the guy that sponsored me these, like the week after, got fired. I don't think it's because of me, but could be.
It might have
So
been.
got him.
But so here, we'll wrap up our UFC 251 preview. 6-fight parlay. We went with all the favorites, but Ozdemir, Ribas, Namajunas, Yan, Volkanovski, and Usman.
I don't know the first one, but
Volkan
Yes, you do.
Ozdemir.
Here's a Henry.
no, I don't know the guy he's fighting. Who's the guy he's fighting?
Oh, yeah, I can't even pronounce his name.
Is he a wrestler? Is he Russian?
Jerry I think he has a good record. Let me see this. Jerry Prokovich. But nah, what else we got to cover here, Menace?
Oh, did Frank just Irish goodbye us?
I think he did, yeah. He was tired of hearing you talk shit.
I like that. We'll have to have Frank on again and talk about the old days.
You guys start talking about grills, and he's like, all right, I'm out.
Well, yeah, he was like, "What about the blue what about the blue glasses?" All right, peace. Which it's 4 a.m. over there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm so like it's crazy.
I'm actually like, why'd you do that to that poor guy?
No, we talked to
We
him.
said to him to try and get him late night.
He looks like Josh Barnett.
A little bit.
We actually called him up the other night drunk, like 4 or 5 days ago, and because he hit me up and was like, "Listen, you cunt, I want to come on your fucking show." Like he has he's from North Carolina, but he's now adopted.
He's developed a like Russian fucking Australian accent from being around those guys. It's weird.
No, that sounds a little weird.
It sounds legit. He was like, "You tell that cunt Menace I'm coming on the fucking show."
I didn't know.
No, he does not. That sounds like Mackenzie Dern.
Well, I have a bad accent. I have a bad impersonation, but that's pretty much what he said. He was like, "You tell that cunt Menace I'm coming on the show."
He probably used the language that he texts his boys back and forth with.
Stan like really went off on it, made it really sound authentic.
Yeah. Well, this guy that Ozdemir is fighting is actually pretty good.
Give us more details.
He is.
Favorites is going to lose and screw that parlay. It's just a matter of figuring out like which one will.
He's from the Czech Republic. He's 27, and his record is 26-3. His last loss was to Serm's boy King Mo.
Oh, then Volkan Ozdemir will win.
That was in 2015, though. And past that, a Russian.
What's it? No time?
Yes.
Right? Volk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually, and then he came back. He beat King Mo in 2019.
Oof. What do you got now, Kyle?
Ostomer.
All right. I'm with you.
Kyle, you look so cozy.
Are you guys in the same room?
No, we're in different rooms.
Oh, you're in that's like Pablo's room, the one you're in. Right?
Yeah.
I like that you guys are in different rooms. That's pretty cool.
I don't want to be like two faces in his phone.
I think that'd be funny though.
He's on his phone. I'm on the laptop.
I like that both you guys came on.
You didn't really ask me. You just sent me a Zoom invite. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like
I said, "What's up?"
You said, "What's up?" and then just sent the Zoom invite, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then
she ended up in here on accident.
Yeah, and then Kyle got home. He's like, "Dennis asked me on the podcast." I was like, "Oh, is that why he sent the Zoom thing to me?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, hang on. I know you everybody in here right now. I know you guys are my homies. You guys want to hop in and fucking shoot the shit, whatever. Katlyn, real quick, your hair is lighter, huh? Did you dye that shits?
I got my highlights done after the quarantine.
Oh, and even that. Congrats on that last win, Katlyn.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats. I haven't seen.
Oh, I saw her in person and said it.
That was
actually
savage.
What?
Just kidding.
Fuck off. I was like, that's the best you ever looking. Guy was like, you think it's the best you ever look? I'm like, yeah, that's what I just say. He's like, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm like, yeah. Well, I said it.
I even joked with Menace, like when you were on her back beating her up, you were like, tell your fucking sister. Tell your sister.
I send for her. Chris, what show is that?
Huh?
Where fuck, Chris, what movie were we like reciting every day at the gym about like, tell your fucking cousin I sent for him?
I think you just made that up.
Yes, you do. Fuck, they are.
There's no way I picked that up.
What?
Are you talking about Peaky Blinders?
Not Peaky Blinders. Same ballpark, was a documentary that was real about the roaming. I can't think of the word.
Gypsies.
Gypsies. Yes. Chris, do you remember that? You're the one that told me to watch it.
Hey, Chris, are you going to try to get a fight in like some other organization while PFL's down?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Got something in the works?
You have been training.
Can't talk about it?
I'm trying to talk to Ali and to let him know, I'm ready to fight and whatever starts opening up. But there's just really not that much right now except for the UFC. So, I mean,
that's it. There's one champion.
Would you be allowed to, if they need a short notice? Are you allowed to go anywhere you want right now?
Yeah, I told him, I was like, I know, whatever's gone on, but they're giving a lot of dudes that have like,
yeah, that's what I mean,
5 fights and 6 fights. I said I'll fight at 70 or 55. Like, I really don't care.
Yeah, you would think maybe they would be in a jam and you'd get in, like,
yeah,
right.
Like halfway, it doesn't really make sense unless they have.
Or is there an asterisk next to your name?
Unless there's
no way,
real vendetta, yeah, which is possible, but
they have this folder that says Joe Silva said no.
Yeah, I'll keep you in mind. Yeah, exactly.
What about would you? But and then ONE FC, they're not doing anything.
But I would definitely take a short notice.
ONE FC is coming back July 31st, but they're not coming to America. That's going to be in Bangkok.
Would you fight in like Cage Fury or something?
CFFC?
Like something like that, like Ring of Combat or something like that.
The problem is like just the amount of pay. Really, I want to compete really bad and just get back in there and like just to get after it, but I don't want to make like
ticket sales.
It would suck to have to work with tickets and bullshit like that.
I'm not doing that. Fucking
not after like getting big paychecks.
They'd have to pay me like a flat rate to like show up.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, hopefully Ali comes up with something. I would think that they would find you something right now because everyone doesn't want to fight. in this.
Chris, would you go to Russia to fight?
For how much money? Yeah.
All right. That's the answer then.
And even that, looking on the coronavirus where it is, they don't really have it in Russia.
Well, Russia's like a hardcore country. Like,
Oh, you have
he is weak.
You have coronavirus. Kill him.
He was weak. He must go.
But we appreciate the Serms for joining us, Chris Wade.
Wait, Dennis, you got a shotgun beer.
Oh, give me a second.
All right, I'm out.
All right.
You're not.
I'll watch on Katlyns. My phone's gonna die. I have one bar.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Let me know if you want to go to Fire Island this weekend or Thursday rather.
On Thursday, I'm down.
All right, I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Serm, keep up that fabulous tan.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Bye.
He's gonna come right in on here now.
Katlyn, you're actually the worst. I'm the only person in this chat that actually works a real job. Oh, actually, no. Kyle does.
What do you mean? I'm a fighter.
Oh.
All right, hold on, Menace. I'll shotgun a beer with you.
Fuck off. I need to get a knife. I'll be right back.
Use your
Right?
bullet.
You need a knife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a key.
Or a key. I don't. We got to be on me.
You gonna do it with them?
Nah, show. Because last time I can't shotgun seltzers. The carbonation makes it too hard. I've tried several times.
Katlyn, you want to hear a true story?
Yeah.
I've never shotgunned a beer before.
Really?
Never in my life.
Oh my god, I'm so good at it. But are you doing a beer or seltzer?
A beer.
Okay, because I tried doing seltzers and I see other people do it, but it's kind of hard because of the carbonation. Beer's way easier.
So I'm stabbing.
So Stan, I'm trying to make it blow up. Right? We gotta make like a viral thing. So I grab the biggest knife I can get.
Wait, Kyle, can you run upstairs and get my knife? I want to show them.
Sure.
It's on top of the bookshelf in the office.
What kind of knife? So how's this go again? I forget.
At the bottom.
You're gonna have it so it clicks up, right, Stan?
I was just telling Katlyn I've never shotgunned a beer like this.
Wait,
I've done a few in college. I just forgot. Yeah, so you do it like so you click it. So look,
don't cut your hand open.
Up. So you stab
down.
Up. Bang.
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait, Stan, you fuck. Waiting for it to see her knife, or we're gonna.
Yeah, wait, because after I feel like you guys are gonna like look. Hold on, he's coming. Thanks. Don't throw it.
What time is it, like 9?
All right, look. Look at my knife.
Where'd you get that from?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
The dagger. John Danaher got it for me for winning my last fight.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
He's got swords all over. Like, obviously, you've never been to his apartment, but I've heard his apartment just has, like, swords all over.
Yeah, got this sick case, and, like, I was, like, scared to carry it on the train.
Hey, Katlyn, you want to be a producer on Menace and the Man?
Producer?
Yep.
What's that mean, Stan? She makes us do shotguns whenever she wants?
Just start sending us guests, and I'll be like, producer credit, blonde fighter.
Oh.
I was like, producer. I don't know if I'm.
We need,
and then
Claudia, and we need fucking,
and then when we blow up,
Joanna.
people will be like, oh shit, Katlyn Chookagian produced this shit?
Yeah.
I could put it on my resume.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you go for a job interview, once you're done fighting.
Yeah. All right.
When do you want to link up with Stan and start your own you and Serm's podcast?
Maybe this weekend.
Okay. No rush, but I'll send over my guy.
I honestly think you guys would have a great podcast.
Oh my god, they have amazing. Hang on, I want you guys both because who was I talking to? Who's the girl that got beat up by Amanda Nunes we just had on?
Felicia.
Oh, Felicia.
We had on Felicia, and she had just gotten engaged, and we're like, hey, what are some things that like should happen before you get engaged? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, man, you know who to have a fucking list of things like for sure? Caitlyn and Kyle, like, you should live together. You should, I don't know what they would be, but I feel like you guys have the list.
I think you should do like a full beach day together. And like have to pack your cooler, see if what the other person packs. Like,
which, hang on. So my lady's brother, right? So it's me, my lady, her brother, his lady. We go to the beach, right? We take two different cars.
Mm-hmm.
My lady packs, she packs like we're staying there for the weekend and we're there for like fucking 6 hours, 8 hours.
But she knows.
And her brother looks at his girlfriend and goes, See, this is what you should already have done. And like, I was like, wow, I don't think that's
not good to say.
That's aggressive. That's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Your sister knows
like,
you're doing it for your whole life.
You definitely like a hair flip.
Like,
yeah, that's right.
I'm like, fuck you. Date your sister then. Right?
All right, shotgun the beer.
Oh, Lord. Ready, Stan? So I stab it. Hope I don't miss the
shotgun the beer.
Ready?
1 second.
Fuck you.
So
we're going to create a monster.
Stab it and pop it open.
Stab it, put it in your mouth.
Watch your hand. Don't stab it too aggressive.
Yeah, don't cut your hand open, Menace.
No promises. Ready? Give us the green light.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh! Oh! It's everywhere!
You gotta make the hole kind of big. Yeah. Oh my, Dennis is like just pouring all over him. What the that is so Huh?
What's the big hole?
It's still going. What is, you guys just poked like a little
I made like a little slice.
Well, hang on. We fucked up. Quick, Stan, you gotta stab and twist.
Still going. He's still, yeah, do it.
You gotta stab and twist.
Yeah.
We're idiots.
They're still going. Look at Dennis's shirt.
Where was the twist in the instructions, Caitlin? You just said stab it.
You have to like cut out a big hole. You don't have to like stab and go right away. You can kind of make the hole and then. Can you do it, Kyle?
I spritzed all over my Vinny the Chin picture.
Yeah, sprayed right in the chest and then.
When they stabbed it totally got Dennis in the face.
All right. So Stan, for the future, if we do one of these,
try it again.
We'll tag Caitlin in it and say we're getting better.
Wait, why don't you try it again?
Next time I'm doing it to a White Claw.
Why don't you just do it?
Try it again. Now that you know.
Stan, did we go that route?
One more, come on. One more and then I gotta go. Try it one.
She's actually the worst.
Now you know how to do it.
First
one was practice. Now this one counts.
Stan, do you have another one?
He's going to get it.
Caitlin, you're the worst. I actually hate you.
Dennis's shirt is so. It's so easy to bully them. They just listen.
Fuck off. I'm still here.
I was like, it's so easy.
This shirt.
Caitlin's definitely. I got these two idiots doing anything I say
All right,
right
so
now.
I'm not going off a time thing. I'm just going to make my damn hole right now.
Why? You got to go quick, I thought. It's going to start spraying, no?
No, you just got to make it hole first, fucking ninny. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, like, see how Dennis, making the hole first and then go.
Shit.
Then you could be like, 1, 2, 3, crack, go.
All right, I got a humongous mouth, if you will. Oh, fuck me. I didn't take off the thing. Which is going to be a problem. I got to take another shower now. Ugh. Took a shower before the show.
Dan, that was better.
You took it already, you stand, you fuck?
It started spraying everywhere.
You drank it already?
I drank it already.
All right, Dennis, let's go.
You're such a fucking piece of shit. Hurts me.
So slow.
There we go. Getting better, Dennis. Chug, 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 chug. Did you finish it? What's going on?
Yo, Dennis's shirt is completely drenched.
Dennis, are you okay?
No, I'm not. It's my 8th beer.
Dennis, he's gonna. Halfway through, he just stopped and he looks possessed. Dennis just looks possessed. Oh my god. Dennis, say something.
No. I don't feel good. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
All right, guys, it's been real.
This is definitely an outdoor activity.
Yeah, Stan. Every time you see they're at a goddamn picnic. We're in a fucking dorm.
All right, Blonde Fighter. Thank you for joining us.
Tarnished us, and then she's leaving us. Goodbye. Stan, what the fuck just happened?
You let your friend Blonde Fighter talk us into doing 2 shotguns in a row. She's not.
I was gonna be like, next time, and then you're like, you just left the scene to get another beer.
You told me to.
No, I didn't.
She's now sitting with her husband. They're laughing. They're giggling like, oh, I got Menace and the Man to do whatever I wanted.
Well, I think in my head they'll come back on again, right? Like, that was fun.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. Now I'm a little tipsy, but...
Oh, I've been tipsy, Stan.
Oh, I know. We saw it.
I was planning on doing like a 2-hour episode and playing video games, but now I gotta go to bed.
I don't even know what happened. You just started sending invites. We missed out on Avril. She just sent me a message like, hey, I guess you guys forgot about me.
Wow.
And then my new friend, Frank Hickman.
He was coming out at 5.
My new friend, Frank Hickman, just wrote, thanks for having me on, brother.
Yeah, he's dope.
I can't believe Mike Brown tested positive. 50-50 chance Mike Brown tested positive for COVID. All right, well, this was a good episode. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Not too bad. Thank you to our friends at Great South Bay for always keeping us hydrated during our episodes. Our friends we got to get in touch with Sal and get some of those G Fuels to keep us energized. Yep. And gaming hard. What do you got? What's today? Tuesday? So what do you got? The boys tomorrow? Yep. What do you guys got planned? What do we got left on the deck?
Unless you wanted to put a second coat on the top.
I mean, I feel like we got some steps touch-ups, or do you want to start painting the railings?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Whatever you want to do. Holler at me tomorrow, player.
All right. Love you.
Love you as well. Hit him with your send-off. What are you, that drunk? Are you that drunk you forgot your 85-episode send-off?
Fuck you. I'll kick your ass. What episode is this?
85.
Oh, wow. Well, see you later.